Whips in the Souls series and Dark Souls 3 as a game have one thing in common. They both suck. They're both things that can be extremely rewarding, hard to use correctly, and things that can be really disappointing. Of course, we could talk about the specifics of that. The ways Dark Souls 3 failed to perfect one's mechanics and incorporate everything amazing about Dark Souls 2 into them. The ways that the lore is tired and hard to be interested in. But that's for another time. Instead today, I want to torture myself. So we're going to go through a 5-cycle journey with the whips of Dark Souls 3. Starting with the basic whip, and working our way through Dark Souls. Once we're done with that, we'll move on to the notched whip, an arguably worse weapon that does bleed damage. And we'll repeat this process with the spotted whip, the witch's locks, and last but not least, the rose of Ariandel. I'll be spawning these weapons in at their appropriate times, since their requirements range from killing a DLC boss to making sure a summon lives through a secret boss. And I want to see how the weapon as a whole works in these games. To prove my point, if I wanted to fight every boss and enemy with the regular whip, the easiest one to get in Dark Souls 3, to get it without killing a soul, I'd need to play on 1.0 to do the insane external drive skip, do Vort skip either in the speedrunner way, or just by triggering Death Cam in the High Wall Armory using a riposte, to unload and run past the door, blocking you from getting to the Undead Settlement, and dodge the cacophony of enemies along the way in High Wall and Undead Settlement, all to go pick up the whip and go back to the Cemetery of Ash for EU decks. So, we'll be spawning these weapons in. Upgrade materials are also not allowed to be carried over between runs, making sure we can't just get a +10 or +5 right away, basically ruining the challenge of the run, since New Game Plus cycles basically assume your weapon and levels are fully upgraded. To spawn these weapons in, I'm using a program called Silky Souls 3, which is really useful for these kind of things, letting me spawn this in without having to know the weapon ID in Cheat Engine. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not sponsored by some random GitHub program. I just get a lot of questions when I do these kind of things, asking what I use. So I thought I'd share. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description for anyone who wants to use it for challenge runs or just to mess around. But to get the run started, I pick Mercenary on our character due to the class's high dexterity stat, which lets us take early advantage of the whip's main and only scaling stat, dexterity. The whip starts out with a C in dex scaling, giving us a solid amount of extra damage per dex level. In fact, every whip in Dark Souls 3 at least partially scales with dexterity, making leveling in the future a must, as it will always give us a reward, even if there will be other avenues for damage in the long run. Entering the Cemetery of Ash for the first of 5 times, the first thing I noticed about the whip here, it's slow as hell. But okay, you might say, is the damage any good? Surely, if the whip has a slower attack than most, it'd at least be rewarding, right? Well, the whip's damage at +0 is 90 physical slash damage. For comparison, the broadsword, a really bad sword, swings over twice as fast and does 117 standard damage, meaning my damage output is already off to a really bad start. None of our attacks are quite fast enough to really do anything meaningful right now. At this point, I'm guessing maybe we'll learn the rope and be able to utilize it to its fullest, even if it's not amazing. But I could very well be wrong. For now, we run to the Ravenous Crystal Lizard, and lead off the edge of the following area for a whip-free kill, and a ton of early souls. There's one singular Titanite shard in this area too, which is our main upgrade material for this particular whip. But there's no more stalling. It's time to fight our first boss of the run. And since we're fighting each boss 5 times, this is the first out of 125 fights. Well, we have a lot to look forward to, don't we? How much damage do we do to the first boss with the basic light, you ask? 35. Not awful. When we hit him, the health bar does react accordingly. It's not a tickle, but it's no slaughter machine either. The good news is that Udex Gundyr is a little baby boss for dumb babies, and that means he's slow, so every attack he throws out can be punished with a rolling light, or a couple regular attacks. We get 1 stagger in phase 1, and with a fully charged heavy attack, we're doing solid damage. Fortunately, phase 2 is actually made easier in this run. Once the Pus of Man takes over our first boss, his attacks become much slower, and easier to dodge. Unfortunately, this also means that they become much stronger, but that's only bad if we actually get hit, and we don't get hit enough for it to matter. And this fight quickly turns into our first try victory, hopefully the first of many to come. And to celebrate, we level up with our plentiful amount of souls, putting points into dexterity, vigor, and endurance. since if we do want to do well, we're gonna have to go far with this character, and the sooner we make the investment, the better. Speaking of, we head up to the tower and Firelink to do tree jump for an early Estus and the covetous Silver Serpent Ring, which will get us unspoken thousands of souls throughout its use in the run. With that, we also allot our Estus to healing, since Impact is one of the worst weapon arts in the entire game, and with nothing else to do, we head to Highwall, our first real area on this godforsaken run. Highwall is an area in Souls where you don't have to kill anything. It's easy to run through the non-hostile enemies and take the optimal path, but we want our upgrades as soon as we can get them. So we go to the less optimal route, and start to fight our way through the enemies here. But we do so little damage that even the non-hostile enemies don't get one-shot by our attacks, forcing us to play careful and calculated to kill even the basic dogs here. But thankfully, with the way they get stunned after one hit, we can usually combo them. Or if they move out of our range, we can use smart tactics like falling on them to keep them stunned. Honestly, even the regular hollows here are tough to take out, so I'm not excited for the Pus of Man. Our first attempt on him goes as such, but it's particularly bad when his most punishable attack isn't actually punishable for us. And on top of that, this guy will cancel an attack when things aren't going well for him. So we're kinda screwed regardless. For now, we move on, but we make the resolution to come back to the harder Pus of Man encounter later. The area itself is just okay. Enemies like the Mimic only go smoothly because I've fought them so many times, but this weapon is definitely not helping at all. After just a few minutes, we're to the second bonfire, and we grab another Titanite shard here before heading to the next Pus of Man, who is decidedly easier due to two factors. One is the shorter run back, with only 2 or 3 enemies required compared to 5 or 6 tougher ones like near the start of Highwall. The other and arguably more important factor is the arena. The elevation makes it easy to run around and through him, and easy to charge up attacks, leading to a first try kill, giving us an Ember and another Titanite shard, which is proof enough for me that I can do it. So we head back right about now, ready to get our 4th Titanite shard. And it seems we've gotten used to our whip already, since we've made it through our enemies without getting hit for the first time, comboing and slashing enemies expertly. But unfortunately, we play too well, and while killing the archer, we accidentally one-shot the Pus of Man before he's transformed, because of course the one time we kill an enemy in one hit, it's the one we shouldn't. After a couple more attempts to make it back there, eventually we're given another shot, where we learn we can sometimes hit him through the stairwell. Wow, this seems like a really good strategy. Oh, he clipped over the wall. Never mind. The tools they gave this guy make him seem like an endgame boss, and they're genuinely harder than quite a few real bosses. But if we treat him like it, we can play the way we need to get our 4th Titanite shard. And we head to the Highwall Armory for 2 more Titanite shards, and an Estus shard, giving us enough shards for a +2 weapon, but not before demonstrating some real crowd control with our weapon, showing us a real use case for the whip. But unfortunately, those situations are coming few and far between so far. Before Vort, we make sure our weapon is upgraded, and we get our 6th Estus, and we go ahead and fight Ringfinger Leonhard for the first part of our armor, where we discover another positive of this thing. The whip's range absolutely destroys NPCs. They get caught out at the end of the whip's range often, even getting comboed from afar sometimes, leading to a pretty easy fight for our mask. Now, to the Dog of the Boreal Valley though. And for an absolutely optimized weapon, our damage is okay. Maybe what a normal unupgraded weapon would do against Vort with a starter weapon, but yeah, I might hope we do that much if we've optimized the hell out of our weapon, and it's slow compared to any of those. We do kinda shred him in a couple minutes, but that's my experience talking, not the whip's slow speed or range, neither of which help us in a boss fight like this. We kill Emma for some free souls as well as our banner, and use it to head to the Undead Settlement. We do a little jump to find these dogs before the other ones are released, and grab Yol the slightest bit early, who we never even talk to. In the settlement, there are a variety of shards, getting us most of the way to our +3. There are other Estus materials here, like another Estus shard, and our first Undead Bone shard. There are also the Mortician's Ashes, which is our tool to get the last of our Titanite shards for the earliest +3 I can get without grinding or sequence breaking. And that's through the Grave Key, and the graves in the settlement themselves. But first, it's time for the Cursed Rotted Greatwood? Because I can't route for shit, I guess. Using the charcoal pine bundles, we're able to do passable damage to the Greatwood, but phase 1 isn't what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is actually hitting the Greatwood's tiny pustules in phase 2. When we do hit them, damage is great, but actually hitting them is difficult, especially when sometimes attacks just don't land. We get a few pops on the wood, and the damage from these is enough to just kill him outright. Unfortunately for us, next time won't be so easy. For now though, we kill the settlement demon with Sigurd, grab the Chloranthy ring in our armor, as well as buying the tower key for the Estus ring. And finally, heading to the Road of Sacrifices, because I just suck, I guess. Why am I not grabbing my +3 weapon? Among other things, there's the Grass Crest shield here, which is essential for us, as we want the highest stamina regeneration we can work with to give us a slightly easier time. But now, it's time for the Crystal Sage. The Crystal Sage is a boss that can be cheesed in a variety of ways, but unfortunately for us, most of these don't work, and the one that does requires her to cooperate, that being her summoning her homing soul mass, because while at least one soul mass is active, she won't teleport away, not even for a phase transition, letting us rack up damage when we otherwise wouldn't be able to. But she's really annoying today, and just flat out refuses to do so for multiple minutes. Eventually, we give up, and fight her the normal way, which takes its toll on us by the first cycle of phase 2. So this time, we're more patient, and once she finally does soul mass, we're able to get some damage in. And after accidentally letting her teleport, 2 more soul mass combos are enough to kill her outright, for a barely doable first try. Here in the Cathedral is where we grab the last 2 Titanite shards we need at last, for some reason, giving us our +3 weapon after way too long. There's also some really easy NPC fights here. The rest of the outside of the Cathedral is pretty easy. We take a slow but really safe route across the rooftops, which is a personal favorite of mine every time I get to do it, because I always feel really cool making these jumps. Once inside the Cathedral, we unlock our first shortcut, and grab Lloyd's sword ring, a staple throughout this run. The 10% will help us out more than you would think. Instead of taking the long, boring route to the second shortcut, we take the quick route and just drop down to the giant, who we're coming back to kill in just a second, after we unlock the second shortcut here. Why would we kill the giant? Well, they drop large Titanite, for one, and for 2, it's time they suffer for all the things they've done to me on my runs. The arena we're made to fight in isn't exactly the best. The sludge is hard to move and dodge through, but with good timing, we can fat roll around attacks and strike back to do minimal damage. But everything dies sooner or later, and this ain't no boss enemy, meaning he goes down soon, and we get the first of 12 large Titanite shards we'll need. The second one is a bit more trouble for us, but that's not due to him. It's his friends interfering with our fight we don't like, although he kills them sometimes, so I'm not sure if they're actually his friends, or if they're just really annoying guys who suck and nobody likes. But we do it nonetheless, and attain our +4 weapon for the Deacons. Speaking of, welcome to probably the easiest boss we could ever have on this run, and this boss can really demonstrate the crowd controlling capabilities of this weapon class. The Deacons are usually really hard on challenge runs, and that's always for something related to crowd control. Maybe you do really bad single target damage and you won't be able to kill many things at once. Or maybe it's too slow to hit anything, let alone multiple things consistently enough for it to matter. And the fight becomes much harder as a result, because the more Deacons, the more fireball or force interruptions, and the quicker curse ends up building up. And while the whip is low in single target damage, and it's slow, it's not the extremes of either of these things. And the range of our attacks are able to hit many targets, meaning when we kill one, we kill many. And when we're able to focus one down and end up hitting everything around it, the first phase goes by pretty quick. For phase 2, we want to start by killing the high Deacons, so they don't heal the main Archdeacon unnecessarily. And we're able to do this extremely quickly with a +4 whip. This leaves just the main one, who's basically no different except his health, but it's nothing we can't bring to 0 for the victory. Now, we only have one path to go, which leads us to Farron Keep. We let the exiles jump off a tall ledge for us for some free souls, and run through the evil poison swamp, only stopping to put out fires and grab a few Estus items. There's a reprieve from the swamp up by the Stray Demon, who doesn't guard anything important but his soul, and some crystal lizards the other way, holding large Titanite shards. And with that, we head to the Abyss Watchers, aiming to progress our character into Irithyll. Abyss Watchers are a boss that can usually be trivialized by weapons able to combo, their only defense being select, close range moves that they can't be stunned out of. But the whip's range is such that we're potentially able to avoid this entirely, leading to combos from afar and a quick phase. Phase 2 is much scarier, the boss being less forgiving, but also being more vulnerable at times. Even so, damage trades can be worth it, since we have so much more effective health than our enemy. This still ended up being one of my longest Watcher fights, even if it was short, just because this boss is usually so squishy, it often dies without a second thought. He does die though, after some thinking, and we head for the speedrun routes in the catacombs, only stopping for an undead bone shard, even skipping the first bonfire here to get to Wolnir quicker. And that would be a mistake if Wolnir wasn't an easy boss, even on a run like this. With only 3 weak spots to break, he's a slower, easier to hit version of the Great Whip, and after only a few hits, his first bracelet is just gone. Wolnir responds by pulling out his sword much earlier than he's supposed to, but it won't end up mattering. Even if he wants it to, the sword does pathetic damage, and if I'd seen it enough to know his timings, they would be easy to dodge. And after a minute or so, his last bracelet breaks, and he falls into the void. But we're not to Ariandel just yet. We have to head below, to the Smoldering Lake. There's another easy demon mini-boss here, and 10 large Titanite shards in the Smoldering Lake, which is enough for our +6 weapon, and there's a Titanite chunk for later. There's even some Estus upgrades here, which we'll use after the area boss, the old Demon King. This joke of a boss isn't made much harder by our challenge run, because when a boss can just be stood under to make pretty much all of his attacks miss, you can just stagger him out of any attacks that can be a threat, and when his big attack is just able to be tanked, this isn't ever going to really be a challenge. And after that short intermission, we're finally through to Ariandel. We're not looking for any materials here, just an undead bone shard. And the result is a long run through to the Distant Manor bonfire. And the Distant Manor is just a precursor to Ariandel Dungeon, one of the most annoying areas in the game. There's a Mimic here for an Estus upgrade, and there are 2 Titanite chunks, one held by the Crystal Lizard, and the other held by another giant. This one we fight on his level, which makes it easier, but a lot slower. After that fight, we take it straight to Yorm, grabbing Undead Bone Shard on the way. And if you've ever played Dark Souls, you're either confused or full of dread for this fight. Yorm takes basically no damage to anything that isn't a certain weapon art that only one weapon holds. But he does hold a secret second way to deal damage to him: staggers. Unfortunately, his legs and arms are heavily armored, and he won't stagger to hits on them unless there are a lot of them. But his head, something that frequently comes in range of one heavy attack from our whip, is a lot more vulnerable. Staggers aren't even that good for damage compared to other stagger weapons when we do get them, but it's better than nothing, especially since he takes increased damage to his head anyway, and we work him down just a bit with each hit. And eventually he's into phase 2, which is functionally identical for us. And since we could do phase 1, phase 2 is just as doable. And after a few minutes, he finally goes down with another Lord of Cinder Fallen. It's time to find our third one, but to do that, we'll have to fight Pontiff first. Pontiff is a boss that's either hard or a joke depending on your ability to parry. I have no issue parrying, but we can't riposte with this whip, fun fact. So we're forced to do it the hard way, which does not go well. Pontiff doesn't usually, let up. He's relentless, and he attacks and attacks, so especially with this weapon's slow speed, punishing him is difficult. There are select opportunities to damage him here and there, and once we get to phase 2, these opportunities are tightened and cut due to his clone. We still can every so often, but it's a lot of waiting, honestly. I'm just glad I'm able to be patient, and our reward for killing him is a lot of running to our next Estus shard and next boss. Aldrich is a weird boss, and one I don't really think about. He swings slow, moves oddly, does really annoying ranged attacks mixed with the easiest to dodge melee attacks of all time. And on top of that, he's tanky, and is the king of stalling the fight for no reason, making this take longer than it should. Thankfully, it's still pretty easy, and we get teleported to our next boss, Dancer. Dancer is weird, but in a different way, and she's weird in a way that's a lot better. She moves pretty unnaturally, and that makes dodging her a matter of skill and restraint, because your instincts will often lead to getting slapped in the face, sometimes even with her sword too. And that's just phase 1, because when she summons her dark sword, she goes off the already shaky rails, spinning and turning. And if you want to stand a chance, you better perform her dance with her, or you're either gonna die, or just not get any damage in. It's beautiful, a good attempt on Dancer. It's a very intricate and beautiful dance of dodges and swings, with calls and response, and it ends with her dying, as all good acts do, I guess. Oh, and we're saving the souls we're getting for now. We're gonna need them once we get to Archdragon Peak. Down into the Consumed King's Garden, there are some Titanite chunks and an Estus shard here before we fight Osiris. Osiris is a really weird boss, and that's not helped by our odd weapon. Did you know in the whip's weapon description, it says that this weapon is not intended for use in combat, and they still made it seem like it could be viable? This fight kind of feels like the devs telling you to get a better weapon if you happen to have something not optimal. Because while phase 1 is all fine and dandy, pretty easy actually, phase 2 is nothing but chaos, with the boss sprinting around with full body hitboxes at literally the drop of a hat. And it puts us on the back foot for pretty much the rest of the fight. When he does a spin move or some magic breath, we can get some damage in, but the whip is otherwise too slow or he's too fast to actually hit him when he's flying around. Thankfully, my experience comes in handy here, and we're able to survive for long enough to get damage in a few times, which is all we need, obviously. You know, hit the boss and they die. We grab the most vital emote of our preceding runs here, and uncover the secret untended graves behind Lothric Castle. It's just the Cemetery of Ash again, but with more and tougher enemies. And we run through it just as fast as the original, for what seems to be a repeat of our original tutorial boss. And at first, it is, and it's easy. But once we get him to about 60% health, he locks in. He's instantly much faster, becoming relentless in his aggression, lacking opportunities for healing, let alone attacks from this weapon. Every time I think I can hit him, he proves me wrong. Every attack moves like molasses compared to Gundyr here, and it's actually easier to bone out than it is to attack. We head back to Firelink with the bone, to spend the upgrades we've been hoarding, and level dexterity just a bit, still saving some money. On our next attempt, we're doing better damage, and with the goal of just taking less damage in phase 1, we enter phase 2 with a doable amount of healing. We figure out that if we time it just right, we can maybe punish a couple attacks, with the exception of the follow-up punch he sometimes does. The damage we take, though, is worth it. I'd rather damage trade him than not get hits in at all, especially with the punch he does, since it's one of his lowest damage attacks. It takes a while to kill him with this strategy, since it involves intentionally taking damage, and it's our best strategy. But upon our victory, we grab the infinite use Homeward Bone we're gonna love throughout our 5 cycles, and head to Irithyll Dungeon, and use our recently acquired emote to head to Archdragon Peak. Archdragon Peak seems really intimidating at first, but then you realize that, well, aside from Nameless, it's just running. The first boss is running, the area leading up to it is running, the area after it is running. So we plunge the Wyvern with our fists because I don't care that this weapon doesn't have a plunge, this boss sucks. But before Nameless, we grab a Titanite slab from Havel? Is this him? Who knows? And we grab the Dragon Chaser's ashes, what we've been saving our souls for. Once given to the Shrine Handmaid, she can give us infinite Titanite chunks, and with this, we get ourselves a plus 10 weapon, finally. At this point, we realize the whip can be infused. So we quickly grab a sharp gem, and the Farron for a sharp whip, which doesn't sound right. But hey, I'll take that A scaling. As we level dexterity to 40, all we can think is that hopefully Nameless will fall to our max damage output. A fully charged attack on the dragon's head is actually pretty decent, but this is the easy part. It doesn't last long, and we even get a stagger. At least we'll have a quick run back if we need to try Nameless again. Nameless himself, he seems to hate whips, almost by design. Nameless King is considered by some not me, to be the hardest boss in this game, and I can see why. He's designed pretty differently than normal bosses. He's a lot more bait and punish than you'd expect, and with a weapon as slow as the whip, your punish on him is gonna be pretty rare, and not rewarding enough. And especially with how many wind attacks he's doing today, it's a lot of waiting. At least in Phase 2, we get to attack him more when he does more lightning. It's a pretty shaky fight, but we do find our footing enough to first try the boss. This is one of the most boring nameless fights I've ever had though, so I'm glad we're moving on to Lothric Castle. I decide to take out the knights here in the first little stretch of this castle, just to feel something. They're not too bad with this whip's range. If we're able to stay at the max whip range, they can never really hit us, and we can keep them at bay for a pretty harmless kill. And we run through the fire and the flames to our next and possibly best boss, the Dragon Slayer armor. This fight is smooth, and that's in a good way. Every attack that gets thrown our way feels great to dodge, and this boss is deceptive, faking out staggers for a big attack, or getting punished for hitting his shield. It's overall fun, but I have time to cast Great Heavy Soul Arrow during this fight, so it wasn't a question if the whip would be able to get a hit in. And this is one of my best bosses, meaning it's a surefire first try. In the Grand Archives, well, there's nothing for us here, so we'll skip the longest run ever to the Twin Princes. This is another fast boss, but with a different gimmick. Lorien, and later Lothric 2, teleport around to try to break your lock-on, never staying in the same place for quite long enough to get meaningful or multiple hits in, forcing you to play his game, and the pace of the fight is blistering. The dodges take us around the princes, and spin our camera around, as we use the rolling heavy attack to get some decent damage in. In Phase 2, we use the standing heavy to hit Lothric, who will revive Lorien if left unattended. It's pretty fun with the whip, and would be a good last boss, but we still have Soul of Cinder and the DLCs, which we'll do first. Starting with the Painted World. The DLCs in Dark Souls are mainly running with some bosses sprinkled in there. So for right now, we're just going to be talking about the fun part. The bosses. Champion's Gravetender, being an NPC fight, is an interesting one here. At first, it seems easy. Gravetender gets absolutely slammed by our whip, but once the wolf shows up, things get a bit rougher. We can't really attack the Gravetender when the wolf is around, so we just go ahead and decide that it's better to kill the wolf before the tender, since neither are much of an issue on their own, and the tender plays pretty passive when the wolf is alive, casting various spells most of the time that can be heard and dodged really easily. So the wolf goes into Phase 2, and eventually dies after a lot of flinging around, and the Gravetender is quick to follow, off to 10 graves in hell, I guess. And after way too much running, and an even easier NPC fight, we pull the lever required to fight the other boss in this DLC. And this one is a lot longer and a lot more boring. Frida is kinda not the person this whip is made for. Hitting her is difficult, her being pretty aggressive only when you approach her. So there's no bait and punish with a slow weapon like this. What we are able to do is wait for her to go invisible, and then hit her out of it. And since she gets stunned so much, she can actually get comboed quite a lot, and that's enough to put us into Phase 2. Phase 2 is going to be a lot easier for us, since there's a big target for us to hit, one that really has a bit of a rough time fighting back. There are still some light scraps with Frida here, including us canceling a heal, but it's simple, if not really, painfully long, and the fight is over, right? Wrong. Phase 3 is everything bad about Phase 1 and 2 combined. Big health bar? Check. Overwhelming attacks in length and number? Check. Hard to hit? Check. Well, at least she looks cool. We're actually able to punish a couple attacks here, mainly the grab and some of the big air jumps, all of which have long and punishable recoveries. And while Frida is more prone to jumping away, she can be hit a couple times for decent damage. Rinse and repeat this for 5 minutes, and we have a dead boss if we can stay out of trouble and not take damage. And with that, we're on to the final DLC of the first new game. We have a bit more running through useless areas, and then a huge skip that skips the bad part. And we're already to what could very well be the hardest boss this cycle, The Demon Prince, or in Phase 1, the Twin Demons, are really the final test before they let you into the fun part of this DLC. And what a test they are. Having massive health pools, and being resistant or immune to pretty much everything apart from Bleed and Black Knight weapons. The Twin Demons are a duo boss of the same enemy that cycles between active and inactive states, where after a long fire-up animation, the demon becomes more aggressive and more powerful, and is also capable of a massive AoE, which puts them in the inactive state. In the inactive state, they're prone to stay further away and execute ranged attacks, like Trails of Poison, or other kinds of poison. And the only saving grace we'll have is that I have sucked at this boss in the past so much that it's probably the one I have the most experience with, from regular runs to challenge runs. So I know when and how to get charged attacks in, letting us deal great damage. On top of this, we make sure to kill the demon in pain first, although they both die around the same time. Killing the demon in pain first ensures the resurrection of the demon from below, and that gives us an easier phase 2. This phase of the boss is all about your positioning, especially when he flies up. It's crucial to move back when he goes up for a slam, but go backwards when he flies up for a fireball? Yeah, you're getting hit. This applies to the melee too. You can almost always strafe this boss if you're ready, and with fully charged attacks, we're not doing an ideal amount of damage. So, we're in for the long haul here. We take hits, but we return them in stride, and after a few minutes, the Demon Prince, and demons in general, are no more for the rest of the new game cycle. And the Ring City can be described as follows. It's a lot of running through bullshit OP enemies, a swamp, way too many guys that are impossible to kill on their own, another fire bridge gimmick, and a maze before anything interesting. We have the Bridge Midir here, who would be worth talking about, but it's really easy to just cheese his attacks and not even have to dodge with good positioning, and we knock him down to his arena, unlocking the real fight. Before that, we pick up the better version of the Chloranthy Ring for the final version of our build. Everyone say hi, Midir! Midir is a boss that only takes decent damage to his head, and his attacks encourage you to stay around there too. But Midir, oh, he's hard to hit without locking on. But locking on in this fight makes dodging his attacks a lot more difficult, since it swings your camera around in just the wrong way. So, we're led to do it the hard way, especially since the whip has really picky hitboxes, meaning the only real way I'm hitting him is with guidance from the white dot I can place on its head. Midir, though, is a pretty fun fight, and that's the worst thing you can be in a challenge run I'm doing, because fun means I focus and play well. And even in Phase 2, with big lasers and explosions, we eventually get a stagger out of nowhere, and after a bit longer, a kill. And right next to Midir is Half-Light. Half-Light is the second of 2 NPC fights in the DLCs. This one is actually 3 NPCs, and the Painting Guardian is kind of worthless against this thing, just crumbling. And Half-Baked isn't too much better either, due to our whip's range stuffing out his more harmful melee attacks, and leaving us to dodge the easier ones meant for him at range when we're dealing with a Painting Guardian, which, with this damage, means the fight is kind of a breeze. And guess what? There's another boss right after this one, and another after that. But this one is a real doozy, and that's because of his health bar, similar to Yorm, in fact. Thankfully, he's a lot weaker physically than Yorm, and to make up for that, he's very aggressive, and very talented in his swordsmanship with his Executioner's Greatsword. Phase 1 is really smooth when done well, though, and every attack is met with an equal punish. And once we've worked him down about 30%, Phase 2 arrives, which is when shit gets real, since he uses his cape and the power of the Dark Soul to make the dodge timing on all of his attacks much more strict. Gale, being tanky as hell, is a boss I tend to get impatient on. Sure, I can dodge every attack 100% of the time if I'm trying to, but with how many hits I need to kill this guy, I really want to try to min-max my damage, and I get too greedy, leading to lots of unnecessary hits, and requiring a strict lock-in for our eventual first try victory, doing most of Phase 3 hitless with the Soul Orbs and Lightning, as well as the Magic Cape, which is just some really solid gameplay. Afterwards, the Cinders go to their thrones for the first of 5 times, and we meet the worst final boss in all of Souls. He swaps from phase to phase, and most of these are tough but manageable, but none are worse than the Spear phase, with unreactable attacks and a fucking heal that we often can't stop. so a Cinder can use this to stall the fight out as much as he wants. And combined with Power Within, or Homing Crystal Soul Mass from the Pyromancer and Sorcerer respectively, this phase can be made even harder, but all we have to do is get lucky. And the first phase of the final boss is just an Estus check, which we passed with flying colors, leading us to the Gwyn phase. This Gwyn can't be parried, but might as well be just as easy, with slow attacks and long punish windows. This boss is supposed to be more of an emotional challenge than a physical one, but I play with music off, so it has no effect on me. And our first whip is complete. Before I forget, these runs were streamed on Twitch and YouTube as a series, and as part of the Ashen Arsenal project, which is a series where I'm beating Dark Souls 3 with every weapon, shield, spell tool, and spell, totaling 337 runs, and I'm ranking them all on the spreadsheet. If you want to tune into this, subscribe here or toss me a follow there. Sorry, I know promos are annoying, but reminding people to subscribe does actually help, and I want to spread this project. I talk about it often in my Discord, so you can join there if you want to see more of it, or more of me. But since 3 of the 4 whips have the same moveset, just worse scaling and an auxiliary effect, I'll go over the highlights of our streamed runs, as well as mentioning when these whips excel or particularly falter. Starting our second set of 25 bosses with Gundyr, this boss isn't too bad, because we have 15 plus 10 Estus, and this boss can actually take bleed damage.
Pretty easy fight, all things considered. Bleed's procking pretty consistently. I want to see if this thing can be infused first and foremost. Alright, first thing, can I infuse this? Yes. So we'll just do sharp again, because it's not going to be that different. I'll just pump more into dex, because I'm already hitting the soft cap on everything else. I could pump stuff into vitality too, actually, so I could get light rolls. I might do that. That might be worth it. I'm almost there at light rolls already. We'll just do that, and then we'll just pump more into dex after. There's no reason not to after. We'll be killing the Pussaman again, but it won't be that hard this time. It won't be literally 30 minutes like it was last time. Feels like I'm doing the same damage as I was last time. I always hate having like a shit ton of stuff to do before I can actually go rest, but I really am tired and I want to rest. There's a large chance where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go sleep, but I know I can't do that. It's just the worst feeling. These dogs are being fucked, as always. Not as in I'm destroying them, as in they're being annoying. You're not gonna leave me alone, it's okay. The damage is just not... It felt good on the one guy that like died in a couple hits. Not feeling great right now. I saw I almost killed the pus before he transformed, and I was like, fuck. You know what'd be really cool? Is if the pus's health bar was just a scaled version of the other guy's health bar, so you get rewarded for almost killing him like that, and not they almost punished. That is such a weird hitbox. It just doesn't hit. It like has gotten worse at hitting in the exact same pattern. It's so weird. You know, the whip like looks pretty cool usually. I like how the moveset looks. They could do more with it for sure. Oh, you can come down here if you want to fight me. They want to fight me, I guess. See, I like when the whip does shit like that with the range. That shit's good. Ah, right as you put your shield down. Ooh, right as you put it down again. And I think I'll just run for it. I'm not going to need that much healing for him. I'm not going to go rest at a bonfire or anything.
Vort is immune to bleed, as well as every other effect you could inflict him with. Thankfully, this boss isn't very rough. Oh yeah, we're grabbing the same Titanite as last run, since this weapon is also standard reinforcement, and we get a sharp whip earlier than last time as well.
What sucks is that Vort is completely immune to bleed, and all forms of status actually. Which like frostbite and even poison I would get. I don't get bleed, man. I wanted to do a run for so long that was status effects only, but Vort stopped it. I'm like, I could skip him. I could do Vort skip. I feel like that would defeat the purpose of it. Yeah, you know, I know, right? He's immune to all of them, and it's like, dude, there are so many bosses that are also just immune to all statuses, and you can't skip all of them. I dodged that. My dodge has like been delayed recently, the last 2 streams. I don't know what's going on. I already watched this cutscene once. Oh wait, but I have armor now. Damn it. Should have done it again. I'll do it in New Game 3. Or New Game Plus 2. What the fuck happened to him? Yeah, like that, the roll attack into the heavy is kind of stylish. It went hard there where I stunned him and then I finished him off with the heavy that barely clipped him.
Curse Rod of Greatwood, though, is a rough boss here. The bubbles are a lot harder to pop due to the health increase, and this whip has far worse scaling than the regular whip because it can bleed. Even with the pine resin, we still kinda get destroyed. And that's when we can hit him. We suck at hitting these bubbles all of a sudden. And if not for our copious amount of heals, this fight would be rough.
I'm gonna assume I can do this on my first try, but I will open this in case not, so I can run back through the other way and grab the other bonfire. Oh, my game crashed. I wasn't allowed to open that door. The door of doom and despair. True, I shouldn't have sped. Fuck. They gave me a ticket. My game crashed. Oops, oh my god. I got hammered and then forked. Or I was trying to avoid saying plowed, but that was just as bad. Because as I was saying it, I realized, like, I said I got hammered, which is what happened, but that also has another meaning, and I was like, okay, you hit me with the 4-pronged plow, what verb am I using to describe this? I can't say plowed. And then I said, because I was like, oh, it's kind of a fork. Drunk Souls 3, true. That's what Donkey would title his Dark Souls 3 video if he did it while drunk. It is taking so long to fucking break this, by the way. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. Do I have a pine? And these just aren't hitting. There we go. One more. There we go. And then we'll work on this hand one. Not even yellow on the hand, which means I'm really gonna have to go for all the pustules, which sucks. Because the ones I usually save for last and don't even end up going for suck really hard to hit. This one sucks to hit right now, when this one's usually one of the easier ones. Like, these are not hitting. Oh, I got owned. It can't be that bad, right? It really can't. Can I hit it? Really? I see the whip. It's hitting them. What about this one? Okay, I hit that one there. There is a jump attack, but I don't have confidence that it would. I'll try it. Oh, hey, there you go. Good old freemium. He knows the ins and outs. So I can go for that one, and then I can just hit the hand for the rest of the time. That one's just really high a lot of the time is the issue here. It was there for a second. It's too high again. Yeah, that one's really hard to hit. I already hit it once. I have to imagine this one's one hit away. Can I do a jump attack? Why won't it let me? There we go. One more. Has to be just one more, right? Okay, one more. Okay. One more. Come on. There we go. That didn't even hit. Dude, he has to okay. I was like, he has to literally be one hit away because I've hit this one so many times.
Sage is similar to last run. Although now, with our light rolls, it should be easier, but the damage scaling in New Game Plus kills us almost instantly, since magic does comically high damage in souls. After lots and lots of waiting, we get a soul mass, and things go similarly to last time, with the addition of bleed procs.
That 30% roll is nice. Oh my god. No, don't combo me. Stop, I literally can't move. I got actually destroyed. Don't do that. Thank you. I don't know what song's playing, I can't hear it. But it sounds like there's vocals, which makes me worried that it's not a... Oh, okay, it's a Sonic song, I'm fine. I guess this is also a cover, so it might be copyrighted. Why does this playlist have a mix between just like the actual songs, but then from the same OST they have covers? Like the other Sonic R song was here. This is Super Sonic Racing, I think. Just fucking do it, not that one. This is the most boring shit in existence, and it's all her fault. You little shit. Come here. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Deacons are just as easy as last time.
Especially since phase 1 is, like, kind of scripted with how much damage it does. Each of the guys. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Stop. Stop. No. Yeah, this is how I thought it would go more the first time. The first time it was really smooth. But I keep getting stunned out of all my shit. I can't do the second heavy that does really all the damage. And I'm not getting my sword Lloyd's Ring bonus right now. Uh-oh. 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 Oof. Me through. Oh. It's all of the fucking big ones. What the hell? No regular deacons. Complete and utter lack of regular deacons. Which is annoying because the big ones are the hardest ones to deal with. Oh, maybe that's a New Game Plus thing. Yeah. This is how I felt like it would go. I'm just getting fucking destroyed. And I hate it. Even though this weapon should be really good at crowd control. And I mean, like, if I don't get fireballed from halfway across the arena where I couldn't possibly hit, then it's pretty okay. Yeah, but my thought on leveling Faith is pretty simple, because my dex is already right near the hard cap. And all the other whips scale with dex, and the ones that don't scale well with dex at all scale with Faith. And like Witch's Locks does scale with intelligence, and Rose of Ariandel does scale with strength. I'm not gonna allow respecking, because that kind of defeats the purpose. But Rose of Ariandel will just have to do a little less damage, because it still scales with dex, just not well. And that's a boss weapon, so I can't infuse. That went fine.
Abyss Watchers can still be comboed, though the bleed aspect of this weapon leaves something to be desired.
This is a fun boss, always. Damn, I got destroyed, actually. I'm faster than that one? That's crazy. He has to do an unpoise breakable attack to get me, then. Nice. Pretty clean, honestly. Phase 2 is nice. That was just some solid gameplay.
Wolnir being a gimmick boss is also not really an issue.
Oh yeah, this boss is not a problem. If I can fucking break the ring, though, it has taken way too long. Yeah, there we go. That one is the harder one, which is why I go for it first. These two don't usually end up being a problem. He's doing it again. He summoned his sword really early last time, and he's doing it again. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I don't know the timing on his sword attacks, because he never fucking pulls out his sword early enough for it to matter. He did it twice in a row. What is going on? Okay, now he's putting it away. I think I probably have the timing on a little bit better this time that I saw it. Yeah, usually he doesn't pull out his sword until multiple times after he summoned enemies, like he's doing right now. Or he's on his last ring. Oh yeah, if you don't know how to hit the rings, he just has so much health. You're just like, what the fuck? And then after a couple minutes, you lose because he crawls up the arena all the way. There we go. Goodbye, guys. You didn't even make it to me.
Smoldering Lake is a lot shorter, since we don't really need any Estus upgrades. And ODK is a joke compared to the other New Game Plus bosses.
Go down into the Smoldering Lake's actual area instead of just the on-top intro area. Yeah, I took damage. That attack was really clear, by the way. Great design. I get on a Gungeon kick every couple months. Or, okay, a couple months is a little too soon. Every few months. Like, maybe once or twice a year, I'm really on a Gungeon kick. And I want to get into the mods. I wrote 12,000 words about it in the last 4 days. I'm not making a video on it or anything. What do you mean? I feel like I should be doing more damage to this guy. You know, there was a point in time where I thought that dodging these meteors was impossible. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I definitely did think that at one point in my life. Dodging that, however, you do just kind of either have to really play it safe annoying, or annoying, oh my god, I can't talk. Play it annoyingly safe and like stand in the middle, or get lucky and hope it goes from out to in and not in to out. Which is fair. This game is about patience, but you can play it like it isn't. Sometimes it's just you run up against the design where you realize it isn't. But I still find a way to complain about it. That shouldn't have hit. That shouldn't have hit either. None of these are hitting. You're hitting, like... Oh my god, I almost didn't dodge that. I almost went straight for the heal. Okay, get back. Get back. New Game Plus, that will kill me. I think like one of these New Game cycle kind of runs would be really interesting. Dark Souls 2 with how crazy that game's New Game Plus is.
Sullivan's Beast is still annoying, but a little less so. And with the Path of the Dragon emote already in our hands, we can head to Archdragon Peak before doing anything else. Which, after the cutscene boss, lets us get a plus 10 weapon ahead of schedule. And to Nameless King.
Wait, do you guys see that? Look at the notched whip in my equipment. Why is it out of the frame? What the fuck is wrong with these people? They didn't make sure it was in the frame? Like, you could have sized it down 1%, I think, and it would be fine. That's insane. Who would do that? What kind of sick fuck, dude? Oh my god, I actually hate the devs of this game. That was sick. I also hope somebody got fired for that. I can't believe that. Like, it's like not very noticeable until you're here and you're on like a bright background and you're just like, oh, there's a little blue in my whip handle, like where I hang it. Like, what? How do you manage that? The spikes are slightly out too. At least the bottom one is. The middle one definitely is as well. I don't know about that top one. I think the top one. No, the top one's sticking out a little bit. The spikes are too. Oh my god, I'm too busy looking at the whip. You know, I never really believed Simple Flips whenever he would say when he died that he was looking at chat and it got him killed, but I notice every time I'm dying and like playing badly, it's because I'm reading chat. Oh yeah, Pontiff is evil. This was my third Souls game because I played him in order, but Pontiff took me 1 8-hour day of nothing but just fighting him. And that's all I did that day. Like, when I was in school, I was so much of a fucking slacker. I ditched so much, but I didn't go to school, and I was just sitting in VC with a few friends. And I was just doing nothing but fighting Pontiff. Well, yeah, but like, I never see other streamers being like, fuck, I was looking at chat. But like, Simple or Mark will both just be like, fuck, I'm looking at chat. God damn it. And I was just like, uh-huh. But now I'm like, oh shit, you were looking at chat. That was the truth right there. We're gonna go to Yorm first, which means we're gonna go to Nameless King first. Crazy they don't take the emote away from you. What a nice crystal lizard. There's nothing else here. I don't even have to worry about these guys like I normally do, because I don't have to kill the Mimic for the Estus Shard. You killed Quelaag as like your first boss with Bandit's Knife, and she's immune to bleed. That is a horrible first run. I would hate Dark Souls if I did that. I would never have finished Dark Souls. I did it without the cheese on my first Dark Souls run in Dark Souls 1 because I didn't look anything up and I didn't really figure that out. Granted, I played with shields and I had Havels by that time, so I did just kind of tank everything. I had a full Havel set and Havel shield. Like, originally I played Dark Souls, and this is really funny, I didn't even really realize its reputation. I played it because my brother, like, I got home from school one day and my older brother was playing it, and I was just like, that looks fun, what is that called? He said Dark Souls, and then I bought it. That was the only, he was stuck in Darkroot because he had been stuck in Darkroot for like a week fighting the Moonlight Butterfly with a shield, and he was really bad. Yeah, no, like, if I was doing what you were doing, Nyx, I would not have fucking kept going. Because, like, not even for the I need to beat this hard game. Yeah, and I am going to be using my fists, actually, because you can't plunge with whips. And I'm not going to fight him normally. I would rather die. I would rather end stream and delete my channel and delete all of my accounts and never talk to people again than fight him normally for doing the element part. Alright. Now it's another long run to our next boss. Isn't that fun? I like being under 30% because I can just do this when I roll. Or when I move and I can just roll. And it goes so far instead of going no distance at all. Bye, Havel. I did 2 damage to that guy while falling. Run invalid. Some people would really comment that. Yeah, they're all Havel Knights. The original Havel died in Dark Souls 1. All of them are Knights of Havel. I mean, theoretically, one of them could be the real Havel because we don't technically know if the Havel in Dark Souls 1 is Havel. He's not, but we don't know if he died in Dark Souls 1, even though he definitely fucking did. So theoretically, Havel could be here, along with the Gwyn's Firstborn, which would just be crazy that these two just fucking lived together for a million years, even though Havel hates magic. Alright, 175 plus 127. That is less than the regular whip. Even the base damage is less. It only got to B scaling, which makes sense. Alright. Alright, bud. You always open with that. Are you kidding me? That shouldn't have hit. That should not have hit me. Yes, finally. Ooh, damn, I hit him twice. He didn't even get a land. That second hit knocked him back up. And knocked him up. Wait, what? No. You wouldn't attack the moment I start swinging. That was fast. That was not okay. Why did you do that so fast? That was a sped up animation. I'll do this forever. He gave up. He's not patient enough for it. Oh, I'm getting kind of owned. Think. A little too slow, bud. Not today. You wouldn't do your random ass delay, bro. You never do those. What is wrong with you today? You're not yourself. Have a Snickers. All right, Snickers. You gotta pay me. I made the organic Snickers joke. Ooh, what a hitbox that was. That's crazy. Ah, I'm so annoyed right now. Gotcha. He hit me post-mortem. I got some food from this local place the other day. They're like kind of like a KFC kind of thing. It was really good. It was grilled chicken, which like I've never had really good grilled chicken like that. It's always been dry. But like I had this coupon for like a lot of fucking family meal, like this family meal for like it was like 12 pieces of chicken, and it was pretty cheap. And I was like, oh okay. And they were like, you want any sauce? And I was like, what sauces do you have? And they're like, salsa. I think they had green chili and pico. And I was like, yeah, I'll take some fucking pico de gallo. And I expected like one like small tub of it, but they gave me like fucking like 15 of these like small little cups of them, and I've just had them, and they're so nice. It's great pico. And they, on top of that, they gave me like 12 tortillas. Not even joking, 12 little mini tortillas. And I've had some cheese for a while in my fridge that I've needed to get through, like some like sliced cheese. So I've just been putting that in those tortillas, and I've been making these like little cheese roll-ups. And like sometimes I'll put the pico in them, and they're just good, man. When I had beans from that place, I put some of the beans in there too, and like at that point it's just a wrap, but like they were good, man. All right, Yorm's gonna be tough, not only because of our inability to riposte, but also because we don't have the Storm Ruler, which I should have said that in the opposite order. Let me start over. Yorm's gonna be difficult not only because we don't have the Storm Ruler, but because we can't riposte even when we do get the stagger off, because we're gonna have a lot of trouble even hitting him in the right spot. But if we do, we're still not really gonna get a stagger, like much damage off the stagger. We'll get 2 heavy attacks. We did last run, we got 2 fully charged heavy attacks, which I'm doing about the same damage proportionally, since I have a plus 10 weapon at this point, instead of the like plus 4 I had. Yeah, I fucked that up. I have to reset, so that's not a the second hit of that combo. I have to make sure it's the first hit, because the second hit doesn't hit him. Oh my god, maybe I am just gonna stagger him over and over. What the fuck? Yeah, I did that a little too late. What is going on? Can somebody explain this to me? How does Yorm's poise work? Am I just breaking it? What? Is poise on Yorm somehow connected to bleed? What is going on? It should be like 10 or 12 hits every time. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's hard to hit more after that first one, because I keep hitting his leg. I don't... What is going on? This is like a fast Yorm kill. Like, this is genuinely a very quick Yorm kill, even for as far as non-Storm Ruler weapons go in general. What the fuck? Notched Whip tech? Don't stagger him. Okay, I was like, this can't be real. I can't have discovered new tech. I mean, I think I might have discovered something, but that was not okay. I didn't like that. I wanted to kind of lock in for like a 30-minute fight. Now it's only gonna be like 5 minutes. I mean, I guess I'll take it, but I think if he manages to do the same attack again, I get the stagger for some reason. Like, his stagger meter isn't fully resetting, and it's kind of freaking me out. That was a crazy hit, by the way. I'll just kill you, dude. Like, if you're not gonna give me the attack I want, I will just hit you in the arm. Not an issue. Alright, Pontiff, you sucked last time. You're gonna suck more with a worse whip and more health. Oh, there's the guy I never beat, true. If you learn how to parry him, he's actually pretty easy. There's a there's a video I used to learn, and it's like, it shows you really clear timings on how to parry. I'm not parrying him because I can't riposte him, but you can parry pretty much all of his attacks from the flaming sword, and like it just makes the fight a joke. And there's also a really short shortcut you can use to get to him, but a lot of his attacks can also just be strafed around too. Like if you're standing in the right spot, his attacks can just be, you don't even have to dodge them. I don't usually go for the clone, but on my whip run I definitely do, and on a casual run I probably would. If like on a, before I started challenge running, I definitely would, just because him without the clone is a lot easier. When he gets to like certain combos with the clone, it's just like really impossibly hard. Yeah, after your 3-month break, you beat him second try. Hell yeah. That's how things usually go. I find when I do that with puzzle games, because I'm usually pretty good at mechanics-based challenges, but not with puzzle-based challenges.
Aldrich, though, is a massive joke compared to New Game, and we get warped to Dancer, who I go for the back-to-back on.
Oh yeah, those basilisks, yeah. I hate the basilisks. If that's what you're talking about, in the depths, the water area. Yeah, Dark Souls is definitely, like, it's crazy how good people say Dark Souls is when it has so many flaws. Yeah, basilisks are fucked up. I'm glad that they removed that curse in future games, Starly. Like, I like how, because your health bar doesn't get half in future games. Did you know in the original version of Dark Souls, on the unpatched Japanese version, you could get cursed like that 3 times and have 1/8 of your max health? Imagine doing that. Imagine being in the fucking depths with 1/8 your max health. It being optional and is very nice. Nice bleed proc. Oh my god, that destroyed her. Double boss, by the way.
The Consumed King's Garden and Untended Graves are a really good duo of areas for us with their 2 bosses.
That's a good one. That's a good joke, Starly. More damage than last time, and that's just because I got my +10 early by going to Archdragon early, because I have Path of the Dragon. I don't think that's because this weapon is better. You can't just do it twice while your back is against the wall, so I can't hit you in the back. I mean, you can, and that's a pretty optimal strat to just stall, but it's annoying, and I don't like you. Whoa. I've never seen that. I'm not used to seeing that animation from that angle. That caught me off guard. Oh, I fucking staggered him. I never do that. Too bad I can't riposte him. I never get the stagger off, and I don't get the reward for it. I think the only other time I've done that was on Crystal Dragon Breath, and I didn't get the reward then either, because you can't riposte with the spell tool. Or, sorry, White Dragon Breath. This is where you fight Gundyr too, by the way, Seamsy. Why did I say Seamsy again? See Sammy? I can't believe I said Seamsy again, like on purpose, not as a joke. I could have played it off, but I'm an honest girl. Oh, do not kick me. I said donut kick me. I have very mild dyslexia because it doesn't usually come up, but it comes up when I'm reading like names and proper nouns. I always just like read the words in the wrong order. Like I will read like an item description for like an item and I'll just get the item's name completely wrong. And it'll sound really stupid and I won't even realize I did it. And it's just like so seamless. I'm just like, I don't even realize I'm doing it. It's so fucked up. I've had to like laugh it off, but I used to be very insecure about it. Because people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, fuck. Because I do kind of look like a fucking idiot whenever I say something like that. But, you know, it's funny. Yeah, I don't really know exactly what it is, but I do know it sounds like that's what I'm doing when I say shit like that. I remember when I was younger, they were like pushing like, having your kids like read stops. I was spamming roll. Okay, I got true comboed, I guess. That was hard knockdown. I remember as a kid, they were like pushing like reading stop signs and like road signs as like an anti-dyslexia thing. And like, it might have worked, I guess. But like, I remember that was a thing that they really wanted kids to do. Like, it was like, I think it was like Disney Channel commercials or something. I remember seeing so many of those, or like, maybe it was like part of like one of the shows. Or maybe it was something from school. I don't remember where it came from, but I just remember it being like reading like road signs, and like my brothers were doing it, and it was like a thing that you just had to do. Maybe that was just some weird shit that my parents said. I don't think my parents would do something like that. I'll have to ask them. I'll have to ask my brothers or something. But like, I guess it was supposed to help you like read things right. Yeah, it might have just been some weird shit that only I encountered. Like, I'm very not opposed to that being the truth, because it sounds like it's some weird shit. Crazy how he just true comboed me, by the way, because normally you can roll up out of that. I could not roll up out of that. Ooh, nice try. When phase 1 of Champion Gundyr moves fast, it's a little scary because you're like ready for him to move slow. This is the exact same fight as the very beginning of the game in phase 1. He has like the kick move that he wasn't having in that fight, but for the most part, this is the exact same fight, except for he does a little more damage. Then he does this shit. He's running. See, I went for glory there and it worked. Oh no, I'm gonna fall off the edge. Oh. No. It didn't even matter. I got ring out. We're playing Soul Calibur now, dude. That was his second. He got the kill and then he got the ring out, so he got the point. No. I played so much Soul Calibur 4 as a kid. I loved that game. That game had some of my favorite fighting mechanics ever. And then, really nice friend on my birthday last year gifted me Soul Calibur 6 at full price, by the way, which I am baffled by still. I'm very grateful, but he would make a great fighting game character. But you know, a friend bought me Soul Calibur 6, and I was just like, man, this isn't really what I remember. I felt so bad not liking it because it's just like so much money, and I do want to finish the story at least. I think I might like it more if I played with friends and not NPCs, or like if I knew how to like actually play the game well. Because back then I had fun in fighting games just by like not knowing combos or anything, or just by playing the game like a normal person. Now I really kind of have to know my character's confirms if I want to have fun in a fighting game. Like that's why I love UMBC 3 so much, because that game's mechanics click with me really well. I'm able to. I know all my characters' confirms, and I know all of my like supers and everything, and I have a lot of fun when I play UMBC 3. I tried to get good at Strive for a while, and I just realized I can't with that game. Every character in that game is designed to be annoying for different reasons. And it just ticks me off to my core. I can't play that game. And like, you would think as a UMBC player, that's not a problem for me. But it is. It's a huge problem for me. I fucking hate going against Johnny and like 50 million mix-ups, and every Johnny player thinks they're fucking cool as hell because he looks cool, but he's the most annoying character to fight ever. I had a friend who played Johnny, and like, he was convinced he wasn't playing a good character, and that he was the coolest motherfucker in the world. Because like in Marvel, he played Frank West, which is a bad character and is a really cool character. But like, he tried to do that with Johnny. He did that when he played Dragon Ball FighterZ, which was his main fighting game. He was really good at Dragon Ball FighterZ, and he played bad characters. And I played that game without even knowing, like trying to play good at all, because like there was no chance I was winning against him. But like UMBC 3 was the second game, and that's the only that wasn't the only reason, but that was one of the reasons I got good at that game. Was to beat him in UMBC 3. That was very fun. He has covered wars. That was his tag in Marvel. I love UMBC 3 because of how faithful it is to every character in that game. Every character in that game is a love letter to that character's whole series. Like, Phoenix Wright's moveset in that game is just, like, really beautiful. It is the only way you could ever put Phoenix into a fighting game, and it's just so great. His level 3 super is great. Okay, Jill technically has a lot of tech to get what other characters can get just by playing the game, but nobody has put the time in. 0 people have put the time in for like high level Jill.
Oh, hey Dragon Slayer armor. Ready for another confrontation, are we?
Does this thing have a special? No, this thing also has impact. One of the worst weapon arts in the game, by the way. This thing is so bad. It doesn't do anything good. Like, it's just an attack that doesn't do much damage or, like, anything. Like, you would think it'd at least do, like, damage if it costs MP to use, or FP to use. But no, it does nothing. So Dragon Slayer armor does most of my health. That's something to keep in mind. I guess with a shield he doesn't, but... You won't kill me.
And instead of Twin Princes being a normal fight, it's a fight I talked about Resident Evil during, because I'm just that cool.
Yeah. Just like gameplay-wise, because 1 and 2 are very... Or 1, 2, 3 are very, like, iconically different from the rest of the series. Can I hit this? I forget I have to do heavy attacks to hit Lothric. Because the light attack and the rolling light just do not do enough height to hit Lothric here. No, man, I just wanted to heal. You didn't have to take away my ability to attack you for 20 seconds. Come on, man. I guess it's like 10 seconds, but still, come on, man. Even the rolling heavy is not enough height. I have to just do the first hit of heavy one, or of heavy. Is there really one that people would get mad at you if you said was your favorite. Like, it's a pretty good series, all things considered. I guess it does depend on the people, but like reasonable people that aren't like fanboys of like 4. Even though 4 is great. Yeah. I don't know, they're still good games. They're still Resident Evil. Resident Evil kind of became that kind of thing. Yeah. I feel like 5 is definitely the one I'd hear the least talk about. I miss my obtuse puzzle solving. Oh my god, one of my favorite Germa clips of all time is that one clip of him doing a Resident Evil puzzle, and he's just like, I don't know what to do, and he's like on it for like 20 minutes, and he's just like, how do you do this? This is impossible. And then he starts asking chat for help, and they solve it in 2 moves.
Here's the thing, everybody. Some of you are good at puzzles. Some of you are very strong. Some of you are very smart. Some of you are very funny. Some of you are very fast. Some of you are very slow. Some of you are slow and strong, and we're all different, okay? We're all different people. I'm not very good at puzzles. Good, I'm glad that you are. Not me. Not me. If I can do that, though, you didn't see me, did you? I just hurt my ankle. Maybe if I do it with one eye. I fucking can't do this shit. I hate these more than anything. I hate these more than anything. Yeah, you want people to go, why can he not do this? Every time I've ever seen a puzzle like this, I don't do it. I just don't do what, and where would I do these, by the way? It's not like the Sunday fucking comics. It's not like, oh yeah, let me do the fucking weird 3 triangle slide puzzle today. Well, where do you do these if not only in Resident Evil 4? This is the only time I've ever. I don't do Rubik's cubes. If you give me a Rubik's cube, I'm gonna go, fuck this, man. I'm not gonna do this. Somebody else do it. I'm not doing this. These are only in Resident Evil. Fuck you! Get me in there! I don't care. Shoot it open. Give me a crowbar. I'll get in there in 1 minute. Give me a crowbar. I'm in here in less than 30 seconds. I'll just and open it. Give me a crowbar. I'll get in there in 1 minute. My 4-year-old got this in 6 minutes. You're a bad parent for letting your 4-year-old play Resident Evil for this blood and guts in this. You guys have to help me. You guys have to help me. I'm having a lot of trouble. You have to help me. All right. Do I spin this one? Okay, everybody stop talking. Do I spin this one again? No. Okay, all right. Do I spin this one? Yes, spin this one twice. Okay. All right, spin this one. You are 2 steps away. What? Spin left? Holy shit! How did you guys do that? How did you do that collectively in 2 turns? What? I am actually fucking losing my mind. How? I did all that work. That's bullshit, and you know it. I did all that work in 2 fucking moves. You finish it. I did all that work. That was barely any of your work.
It's such a good clip. Why are you teleporting like that? Stop. Oh, I'm gonna take damage. Ooh, I think 6 was the first Resident Evil I ever saw. I remember watching my dad play it. And I was like way too young to be watching somebody play Resident Evil, but you know, whatever. 6 might be like the movies. That's pretty good.
And we're not done with game crashes yet.
Oh, my game crashed. Why did it do that, dude? My game has a 50% chance of crashing if I do the DLC, if I like open the DLC. The other day I was driving home from work, and it snowed. It was really cold and the roads were really icy. This was at like 10 p.m. the day after it had snowed. So there was no snow on the roads, but there was still ice in some places because it had been pretty cold all day. And I was doing like 80 on the highway, theoretically, like allegedly, just because I wanted to get home and I was tired after work. And like, you know, I was like sliding a little bit, but I know how to handle that kind of thing because I know how to drive. So I was fine, but you know, I was doing 80. I was going to this exit and I was slowing down a little bit because the exit's like a really sharp turn, and this dude comes past me on like, he's going to, because this is one of those highways where it splits off into 2 paths. and it goes to separate. It goes on the same other highway that it's connecting to, but in different direction. And so I'm going off on this highway, and this dude, he's coming by me doing the other exit. So he's going this way, and I'm going here. I'm about to turn that way. And what he does is he comes past me at like 90 miles an hour, and he cuts me off and then slams on his brakes to stop the sharp turn, like take the sharp turn. And like he sends me drifting, dude. And I had to fucking course correct heavily. It was so crazy, dude. I literally went 90 degrees at one point, but I didn't like spin out. Dude was just crazy. I was doing allegedly like 20 over the speed limit on an icy night, and he thought that wasn't enough. I needed to be passed. Like, I didn't even see him. He came out of nowhere. I wonder if he was like running from the cops or something. No, he was not. He was driving some kind of fucking, what was it? I don't remember. It was dark. It was just some like SUV. It was like, it wasn't white either. It was like black. That's all. I was so like focused on not crashing. I did not look at the make or the model. Dude, stop. You gotta chill out. He took that turn so slow because I was like drifting, but I was still looking. He took that sharp turn at like 20 miles an hour, and like it's a 40-mile-an-hour turn. Like, I get it, it's icy, but you can't be doing 90 1 second before that. Like, you cannot, and you can't cut someone off for that. Like, you really can not wait. You had to go on that turn slow that fast. I don't know. That shit always is just crazy to me. I think I'm just going to do what I did last time. I'm just going to handle the Great Wolf with this guy in mind. I feel bad hitting a wolf with a notched whip over and over. This just feels wrong. It's like hitting her in the fucking nose. Oh my god. I'm a horrible person. She recoils from that. She's got scars there. True. Have you seen some of the like stretch frames they give this model? I have a really old post on my Discord about it, of just like some of the frames they give this wolf when its mouth is fully extended and charging at you. It is like way too wide. It is like 2 heights of me wide, of my character rather. When you're good at using the whip in this game, it really feels like you're like a master of a very niche weapon, but also it's not good enough to warrant feeling like the reward is so little for what I'm doing right now. These guys should both have been dead 6 hits ago with this weapon's weird moveset. True. She literally is Scooby-Doo right now. Like, that range was perfect. I perfectly spaced that. And like the reward I get is like damage I could just get any other dex weapon for and do that damage every half a second. Just, it's so disappointing, man. This weapon could have been really fun and good. Yeah, hit me with that, that's fine. Ooh, through the shield.
One thing I will say I like about Frida is that, especially in Phase 3, her moves are borderline cinematic and really well done visually.
I've fought Frida with a +2 notched whip with magic weapon for my original whips only video 2 years ago at this point. Horrible. Would never do it again. Actually, was one of the worst things I've ever done. Fighting a DLC boss with a +2 weapon with like no stats. Using magic weapon, which she's resistant against just because it technically did more damage. Like, I was doing like 20 damage. And I like had a couple attempts where I really almost did it. It's so fucked up to chronicle the story of easy phase 1. I was also a lot worse at the game back then. This guy, though, he's weak to bleed, so this should actually be not bad. Not only should he take more damage when bled, but he should bleed easier. Although with the amount of hits I'm taking. I hit both of them there. That wasn't a bleed, that was just a double proc. I say that's worth it. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by that big one. I can get a bleed proc. Okay, I'll get a stagger, and then I'll get a bleed proc off the stagger, or I'll just kill him. That works. You were trying to hit me during his stagger. What a boss you are. No second one, really? Really? You didn't even jump. I'm ready. I'm always ready for you to jump. You're doing some weird shit today, Rhea. You were last time, and you are this time. I don't know why bosses will always have the same behavior for like 10 years of you fighting them, and then suddenly they'll switch it up and they'll never go back to their old ways. I don't know how they do that. They do. And it's crazy. Because you think on a new file, they'd like act the same as they did on the old file, or even if like if I reinstalled the game on a fresh install, they would still somehow know. And it's so weird. And it's after so long, too. Like, it's after so many more attempts than you would do on a casual playthrough, or even, like, 4 or 5 casual playthroughs. Like, 100 hours in to fighting the boss, they'll suddenly change and never go back to the way they were. I don't know if that's just, like, a challenge runner experience. You're getting not stunned when you really should be, because you have no poise. It's really weird. Where's your black flame? You got rid of all your black flame. Did you use it all up? It's just frost right now. You're not using any black flame. And you're not going to use it again, I guess. You're dead. Maybe you'll use it next cycle. I don't know. I'm hoping so.
And the second DLC is just as much running as it was last time.
I like that there's a TM emote, like emoji. I think it's so amazing. It's just 2 letters. What an emoji. But it's so good because the fact that it is an emoji makes it so much more TM. Like, it's both the worst and best emoji because it is an emoji, which makes the TM work really well. But it is just 2 letters. I have a lot of really liked VR games, but I think I split them into 2 categories, Starly, between, like, multiplayer VR games and single-player VR games. Like, single-player VR games, Half-Life Alyx is up there. I need to play more Into the Radius, but whenever I play Into the Radius, it is so fun, it is so atmospheric, it is such a good, like, survival horror game. And, like, in some scenarios, it is genuinely creepy. Those fucking little spider thingies I fucking hate them. They actually freak me out, man. Into the Radius 2 is out. I haven't played it, because I still haven't beaten the first one. I haven't even bought it. Like, I'm not even very far into the Radius at all. Multiplayer games, though, I don't know, I played too much VR Chat. I don't really play it very much anymore. Yeah, I heard from my friends that did play Resident Evil 4 VR that its movement was really clunky and it kind of ruined the game for them. It's less like tank clunky controls and more just like bad. Like controls that didn't function well enough for them to enjoy the game. That's the sentiment I picked up, at least. I'm dead. Oh my god, I barely made it out of that. I shouldn't have played it that risky. Yeah, and I mean, they could have been wrong. I didn't play it myself, I can't say. I'm sure there are a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people who enjoyed it. I just don't have time to play VR anymore, man. And, like, it's a very big hassle to set up when I do have time. So many VR games are made exclusive and it's fucked up. But, it's such a big hassle, especially with how I have to set up, my battery pack so I don't have, like, 2 hours of playtime. More like an hour, actually. Closer to 45 minutes. With how degraded my Quest's battery is after having it for like half a decade. And I don't want to buy a Quest 3, I want to buy a Steam frame. That'll be fun, and it'll make it a lot easier to set PC VR with a Steam frame, especially with wireless PC VR. I love Steam frame as a concept. It is like exactly what I've been looking for in a VR peripheral, like headset, and I will be very happy with it when it eventually does come out, and I hope I will be, but with everything I've seen on it, I'm gonna like it. Ooh, finished him off. I got that bleed proc off, didn't I?
Madir takes about half as much damage as he did just a bit ago, which is honestly worrying. With us being in 1 or 2 shot range, we have to play carefully. Thankfully, I'm pretty confident in my whip abilities by this point, and Madir isn't one to throw me off. Half-Light, though, decidedly more annoying than last time, getting us staggered an unusual amount, but making up for it with some clean kills on our Painting Guardian enemies when we do get a combo going.
Gonna be worse than last time by a factor of 2. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly a factor of 2. Oh my god. I want to hit a fully charged thing to see if it stuns him. No, it does not. It's not like my Zwei. I'm gonna have to focus. I'm gonna have to actually play the game. And you know what? Executive decision. No music. Oh, come on. He hit me after the sword had already landed. There was no momentum to hit me with. I cut myself on the blade that was already down. Ours. Peace. Alright, that's pretty good. Times like this, I know I could count on you. Thank you. Or as I like to call him, Woohoo Flimpy Kong. It's so good. I love how cheap it is because people just do it. It's so, I don't know. I think that's some of my best work. Boy. Holy shit! 2 in a row. That's like a 1 in 36 chance. Damn. Both of his buffs, I've instantly staggered him out of. That's just fucked up timing. Yeah, no, that's why I keep telling him when he buffs. I'm like, get out, and then he stops being buffed. Blah. Oh, now he's gonna heal, and then I'm gonna fucking get because I can't stop the heal. Oh, never mind. Starly, why would you say something like that? I thought you didn't like profanity. What is it supposed to say? That's all I hear. Oh, it's thank you. I think I'm gonna hear thank you now, but, you know, it's fuck you in my heart. I guess if you're looking for the TH, then you can hear that, but I just didn't know what that was, so I just heard a fuck you, because it's what the captions say. And you know those, like, ghost hunting shows where they, like, play random noises and put captions over it, so it kind of sounds like that, and your brain tricks you into believing it? I think that's why people think it says fuck you, because that's definitely why I believed it. Yeah, yeah, Green Needle. Exactly, it's Green Needle. Whee! Good one to end it on.
And with the simple Soul of Cinder fight, we're done with the Notched Whip. Next up is the Spotted Whip, a whip that's superficially similar to the Notched variety, only instead of bleed, it's made to do poison damage. And unfortunately, we won't see the benefits until later, as Gundyr, Vort, and Greatwood are all poison immune.
This one supposedly does poison damage. We'll see how much poison does it do. 36 at base. There's a lot of poison immune bosses in Dark Souls, so this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, but we already have like max Estus, pretty much everything we'd want into our build. I'm gonna be putting probably some more points into endurance. I think it's the only thing I can level right now. This is a +0 whip. This one does slowly kill you though, even if you could tank it, which you probably could. This one's just a tongue. Yeah, so the second heavy is already being weird. I feel like with every new whip, the second hit of the heavy is getting weirder. Oh my god, I'm getting owned. Yeah, good thing Gundyr is easy. This is a good warm-up. I've done basically no damage. Since Dark Souls is a pretty, like, middle-of-screen game, I think this will work for vertical. I could check the preview. I don't really have it on this monitor, but let's get this up. We should be getting in phase 2 here, yeah. Gundyr, basically impossible to die on with 15 plus 10 Estus. You were the first one here. The moment I hit start streaming, I heard that DK sound. Which, honestly, makes me happy that I remembered to set up my bot in advance instead of seeing the redeem being like, shit, I forgot. I'm happy I did that. You weren't the one who did it, Lily. Vuvu did it, like, instantly. It was actually crazy. If I had a first redeem, she would have gotten it. I might add one of these days. It feels kind of uninspired. My least favorite first is, I think it's ants? No, because, you can still redeem it if you're not first. And the first time I ever went into her stream, I was like, oh my god, how did nobody redeem this first? I'm redeeming this right now. And then I got owned. Alright, that wasn't that bad. That was probably the worst I've done on a Gundyr fight so far. But, yeah, I'm gonna do the same shit. I'm still going for a Sharp Whip, I think. If you can infuse this one, who knows? Maybe you can't infuse this one because it's a poison one. And if not, that might not be great. Okay. Yeah, I hope I can poison the Pus of Man. Because if I can sit there while they are poisoned, I absolutely will. This area is, like, comically difficult for the whip, which sucks at the start of a run. You already were here? Oh my god. I must have been locked in. There we go. Yeah, but let me know if the music's too loud or anything. I'm sure it's fine now, but... Uh-oh, I hit that guy. I 3-shot that guy, by the way. Isn't that crazy? That's a 3-shot. against the like hollow that is supposed to be like you feel bad for killing that guy. I thought that guy had lost his poison proc at the very end. I got an Estus back. Wow, I got another Estus back. What is going on? All right, yeah, I know, right? This guy might like one-shot me. I'm stuck again. Oh, I'm not where I think I am. Okay, it's not about hitting him heavy, it's about just hitting him. We want that proc. Oh, I forget he can just fall over. Damn, double. That's a 1 in 36 chance. You got the double. Hit the poison proc, because I'm running away once I do. Hey, Pyrus, do you mind checking the wiki to see if these guys are immune to poison? You guys are going at it. Not like a jellyfish. Ow. Oh, like immune to poison like a jellyfish. I thought you were saying pus of man, like as in a jellyfish, and I was like, what are you talking about? Also, of concern, weapon durability seems suspiciously low for how little I've fought anything. I've definitely gotten better at these guys over the last few streams, which is good to know. I'm happy that these guys are giving me slightly less trouble, but I still am not happy that I have to fight them. It might just be that I have 15 Estus that fully heal me instead of less than that don't fully heal me. Yeah, I think it's just that I have more heals. Ooh, beat out. Yeah, he gives you Titanite Shard. And you know, I like the Ember, but they definitely are, yeah, immune. I didn't catch that, but you did tell me, so thank you. Alright. Oh my god, what a dodge. I'm really good at this game. Ow. I hear him, I hear him. I heard him. Oh no. Oh, I heard him, like, and I got scared because I hadn't finished killing the other guy yet. I hear them. They're gonna come up the ladder, aren't they? Alright, how am I handling this? Uh-oh. Oh my god, what a hitbox dodge. Also, I fucking said uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I hit the box or something. No. There's another guy. This is fucked. Okay, yeah, just stay there. I'm happy with that. You can stay there all you want, dude. Hi, DX. That's a weird thing for them to call you. What do you mean you made up the Mimic thing? Mimics have a 70% chance to drop a shard on New Game +2. I didn't even see that. I knew that would be wrong. I would have just been mad at Fextra Life. Because I was like, why the fuck is this insane lie? You don't need shards at New Game +2 and above. You can buy infinite of them before the first Lord of Cinder, New Game. Just New Game. I guess the other guy also died of poison sometime I didn't see. Okay, that's the first enemy I've one-shot, by the way. See, this guy's way easier, because on an incline, if you know what you're doing, you win. There we go. Alright. Orta. Oh, that's not good damage. I should have went back and upgraded my weapon. Fully charged heavy, by the way, 103. I should have upgraded my weapon. Oh my god. Vord. Orta. Orta. Vort of the Boreal Valley. I love Voodoo Grape. It's my favorite out of the new 3. Bad Apple just tastes like apple juice. Voodoo Grape is good. It tastes like grape soda, which I love. If you don't like grape soda, I see why you wouldn't like it, but I love grape soda. Which honestly just means I should buy like some Grape Crush instead of buying a monster for it. But, you know, they got their grips around me. It does not taste like grape cough syrup, although I do like grape cough syrup, so I kind of see that I could be wrong there, but it also doesn't taste like that to me. I like grape soda more than orange soda, Pyrus, I'm sorry. Crush is a little too sweet, honestly. Like, I think when I want, like, a grape soda, I kind of want something like that. Monster is usually pretty palatable, and so I think I kind of like it quite a lot. So, I don't know, maybe I'd like Fanta more these days, but when I get a drink, like, from, like, a fast food place that has, like, one of those Coke Freestyle things, I think I do get, I get a grape something. It's either that or Dr. Pepper. It's one of the two, and it's like one of the fancy Dr. Peppers. I get, like, diet strawberries and cream or something, and it's really good. Although, and if it has Pepsi products, I just get Mountain Dew because I love Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew. Uh-oh. That was a bad heal. I'm healing when I don't need to because I'm just not worried. But I did just waste an Estus because I healed well. Or I took damage while healing. The thing about Vort is that in phase 2, all of his attacks have like a full body hitbox, so you have to dodge everything. You cannot really space stuff unless you're just completely out of the way. I don't think this is a prediction. I don't think this is a predictable thing. Voodoo Great Monster or Welch's Apple Juice? Why did you Shmeven? Oh, you definitely knew it. You did. Vort's pretty easy. I don't expect him to not be first try. Prediction is Shmeven. Let's go. You know, I always think about Shmeven because he says like, I didn't mean to do that when he realizes there's a Shmeven option. And it's like, what do you mean you didn't mean to do that? What did you mean to do?
Okay, hear me out. Take a look at this. What do you guys think? Game changer, I know. Hype vote. Good luck, guys. If I find a really good reason that Shmeven wins, you know I have to honor it. I don't know what the reason would be, but it's not up to me. Like if everyone in chat was like, okay, yeah, obviously that Shmeven just won. No. I think due to the nature of the prediction, I probably have to cancel it, but this was a great day for me. You fucker? What do you mean? How? You thought it was a fair bet when you had odds against Shmeven? You thought you should win against Shmeven? You think that's good?
It's so fucked up. Yeah, but we're gonna do quite a lot of like routing and stuff before I go back to Firelink. Ow. That's the bleed I wish the Notched Whip did. I wish the Notched... That's a tongue twister. I wish the Notched Whip did the bleed that Nah did. But we're not doing Greatwood quite yet. It's gonna be that Primations Joel video. Starly, you just know the coolest things. It's crazy how that works. Isn't it crazy how that works, guys? How Starly's so cool. This isn't the song. Is it? I'm only gonna do one thing right now though, and that's this. Into buying Grave Key. I also will just buy these embers because there's no reason not to. I'll buy not 200 pine resins. I'll buy enough for the rest of the run. Can this guy stop following me? Like he likes me. Alright, I can get a +3 sharp. I just need to get this coal. And there, that is some labored attacking. Oh my god. You hear that? Having a rough time over there, dude. Oh my god. Frame perfect, I think. One other thing I need to do. Spotted Whip is slightly heavier than the Notched Whip, so I do need to level up my my Vitality at least 1. Oh, hey, I have a ton of stuff from last run that I can sell for souls and level up my Vitality by 1. Alright, so Greatwood isn't that bad with, like, me optimizing my weapon for it. Because, like, you're not supposed to have a +3 and sharp at this point. And also have 40 dex. But also, this is New Game +2. Oh, I didn't make mine sharp. Well, I just gave him the coal. Hey, Otis, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, you can infuse this weapon. No! This Spotted Whip is no infusing. Oh, no. That's horrible. At least the scaling has already gotten a little better. We can go all the way to Halfway Fortress. I already did that running. I don't have to do it again. That's really nice. I'm always used to after Greatwood being fucked and not fun. You know, I was like thinking about streaming tonight and I was like, man, I kind of don't want to play through Dark Souls 3 with the whip a 3rd time. But I was like, no, it'll be fine. And I'm fine. It's just the thought of doing that I'm just like, really, I don't need to do this.
The Crystal Sage is actually really cool on this run, since poison doesn't trigger her to teleport, making the fight basically a joke, and a waiting game.
So after this one, I have Witch's Locks and Rose of Ariandel. Rose of Ariandel I'm saving for last because it's definitely the best, and it's also unique in that it doesn't have a whip moveset, even though it's a whip. The last two scale with faith. Witch's Locks also scales with intelligence, but I'm not going to put intelligence for 1 run when I can put faith for 2 runs. Which is why my faith is at like 40 right now, even though it's not useful at all. Are you really just going to make me hit you? I'm waiting for her to do 1 attack so I can combo her. I'll just fucking hit her, dude. I'm hitting a woman. There is something wrong with your computer. There's a component failing or something. Okay, I procced poison on her. She's already poisoned. I wonder if this means she'll leave automatically. No, it does not. Okay, this is good. I can literally keep her here until phase 2. I will have you know, Vuvu, it took me like a week to play Metal Gear Solid 1, and then I finished 2 in 1 day. I'm gonna die. But I finished 2 in 1 day, so that's the kind of shit you expect from that game. From that game series, rather. Yes, now she has, because she had the homing soul mass up, she couldn't leave. She's gonna leave now for the phase transition, though. There she is. Here's the last clone. Alright. I'm just gonna sit here while she dies. Oh, okay. I was mad for a second. Somebody DM'd me all their graphic design work, and like that was in my server. And I was like, why did they do that? And then I forgot that I asked for people to do that. Although I still could be a scammer. But, I don't know, they did wait to... I don't know. If you guys get a DM from somebody that's like just randomly DMs you a bunch of graphic design work, let me know. From my server specifically. Thank you for the confirmation. I appreciate being so enthusiastic about it. I know it's kind of annoying. I mean, if we find a time DX, I'm so down to play Spelunky 2. I might suck. I almost threw. I took that on purpose as a joke. Oh my god, and it almost killed me. And I still am still can die. I'm playing it hella safe. Yeah, you can play with Danny, D-Hex. Play with me. Alright. Make sure these don't hit me. I don't like that they're still there. Okay, they're gone. Well, that's just Spelunky, D-Hex, because Spelunky is like... It's that punishing. Where it doesn't matter how good you play, if you make one mistake, there's a 70% chance you lose. And it depends on how badly you fucked up. And if you fucked up super badly, you might still be able to save it. But like, it's just a tough game. It's a tough one. Although I'm like consistent enough now that I can get a hell run in HD pretty easy. Spelunker was not a different person. Unless you're talking about TTT. Unless we're playing TTT, then Spelunker was a different person. Yeah, but stop. You're revealing my plan to steal Spelunker's identity. Stop. They won't leave me alone. I would quit out, but I'm not lame. I don't know what that is, DX. Ask Otis. Otis should know what that is. Otis, do you know what DX is talking about? Are you still here? Maybe Vuvu would know about that. Why do all my friends know a lot of stuff about Sonic, and I'm the only one that doesn't? What is with that? I'm just out of the loop, I guess. I'm just the lame one. What? I have pizza in my fridge. They better not have been advertising my pizza. They better have been advertising a one that like you order and it's made for you, not the pizza in my fridge that I have in my fridge that's in my fridge. Domino's is good. What are you talking about, Danny? They were advertising my pizza. No, I don't have Domino's. There was a Pi Day deal at Marco's and I did that yesterday. Domino's is not mid. They got good prices too. If you get two topping pizzas, they're each like $8 and it's like $16 for 2 pizzas and it's so good. And if you get the pan pizza, it's so good. Yeah, this place just has fucking, I don't know how you say that person's name, but it has that person on it. I want to say Qmu, but it just feels, I say people's names particularly wrong all the time. But I don't want to give it a shot without being like, I suck at pronouncing names. I was playing a game the other day, it was like a week ago maybe, and like I was really confused by an item's description. It was like saying like a random tile became a golem, and I was like, what the fuck does golem mean? What does it do? And like no matter how hard I tested, I didn't like know what it did. And then like a couple days later I looked at it and I was like, oh, it just says golden. I misread fucking golden as golem. And I do that all the fucking time. Yeah, this fight's kind of tedious, but we do want the large Titanite. Like, pretty bad. I'm bad at Wordle, except for the days where I'm really good. It's like one or the other. And then sometimes I'll just cheat and, like, make a joke out of it. But, like, usually those days are pretty obvious. Bring back horse. The Wordle bot's dead. I can't do it anymore. What do you mean, bring back horse? What did you get her to try? I was always a roller player, and like every so often I was a ink brush. I think near the end of my play style, like my playing of Splatoon, I used ink brush in 2. If that's what I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I played a little bit of Slosher. I was never particularly fancy. I never fancied like just the regular guns. I always liked the special ones that like felt cool to me. I don't know, felt more Splatoon. I liked it more. It's like, yeah, you can talk about your fucking basic like splatter shot or like just like sniper or whatever. I forget what they're called in that game, but like those are just like those have regular shooter equivalents. I always liked the like rollers and stuff because it was like that's paint themed. And like the paint bucket for the Slosher, like I like that's what I really liked about Splatoon was its theming and stuff and its world building. Ow. Fuck, they're all right there, dude. Stop. Kill them for me, please. I know you just want to kill me. I know you do, but we can work together here. These guys annoy you. Oh, I killed you. No, I didn't. I thought I did. Thank you. I want to buy 3. Like, I might buy 3 and, like, play it with you guys sometime. Does 3 have a good story? Is 3 just gameplay? Is 3 just, like, this that we made this so we can evolve the gameplay a little bit? Does it have a good, story mode? I don't know how it would be in VC, though, because my, I would have to do it on my phone, which I would hate. Well, yeah, I know it does have a single player, but I was just wondering if it was good. Okay, I haven't played Octo Expansion, so that doesn't mean anything to me. I stopped before Octo Expansion, and then when it came out, I was like, man, I want that, but I didn't have any disposable income, and I didn't want to ask anyone. So I was like, fuck! And then I kept playing Mario Maker. That's how it went for me. Alright, Deacons are coming up. Deacons have been pretty easy so far. Uh-oh, I might have a problem doing damage to the boss health bar and not just random guy. Okay, we got 1. That means it's possible. That means it's not over. Every time I do get one of those where I miss actually doing the damage, I'm like, oh fuck. With a crowd control weapon, it theoretically shouldn't be that bad just because like worst case scenario, I can deal damage to all of them or most of them and hope it lands in the crowd and then like finish them off. But like with a single target weapon, Deacons is usually a lot worse. Not like no weapon in this game is explicitly single target. Unless you're talking like magic, and even magic can be piercing, but like a weapon that has less range and is more like tends to be better on single targets. Fine, I'll do one high deacon at a time. I'll do one of the blue ones at a time just to because the high deacons, their issue is that they can heal the big guy, which just got someone with the big staff, who I need to break out of doing that attack. So I do need to kill them because they will heal faster than I can do damage. If the main deacon gets low enough, and they can actually heal him back to full, which is really fucked up. I think she's poisoned. Yeah, she's poisoned. I'll let her die. Nice thing about deacons with the multi-target weapon, you get a lot of kills and a lot of chances to get Estus back. Because it's like a 5, maybe closer to 3% chance to get your Estus back when you kill a deacon. Alright, I'm just yapping. I think the main deacon might be immune to getting poisoned because he hasn't gotten poisoned, even though he definitely should be by now. Here, I'll just focus on the poison proc. I did get it. Okay, he might be resistant. That would be my guess. Stop. Stop. You're gonna kill me. These guys just do damage, man. All the regular enemies are doing damage, and it's fucked up. I'm used to this vigor being good. All right, that was easy. That was not bad. Yeah, resistant. See, I knew it. I felt it out, which I can respect, but I will literally not know. That attack did no noise? What the fuck is going on? Uh-oh. 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 Come on. No, that does so much damage. Oh my god, I'm gonna ember that. I saved another game bar screenshot and I'm dead. I'm still not lighting the bonfire because I will face the repercussions of it later. I would rather climb that ladder 50 times. Why am I like talking like that? My A's are getting really... I'm very... Like, sometimes when I talk, I'm not enunciated enough, and I, like, stutter over my words. And then other times, I'm way too enunciated, and I just say things wrong, and I stutter that for that reason. It's so fucked up. I talk weird, but for very different reasons every time, and I never can adjust correctly. Yeah, that grab is, like, the one attack I'm scared of in this guy. He's really good for that reason. Like, even this tail swipe... Oh, okay. I almost bred him. Like I expected him to do. Even this tail swipe. Nope. Like even this tail... God, fuck off. He hits hard, but also I'm in my 3rd run of this game with far from 3rd run health. I'm a challenge runner, so it means a little bit of min-maxing is going a long way. Nice boulder heave, idiot. I really hope you don't miss that. Like this oh, fuck. He keeps jumping instead of tail swiping. Like this tail swipe, nope. I'm gonna keep farming for it, don't even. Like this tail swipe, it's like kind of hard if you're like recovering from an attack and you're not expecting it, but like if you know that it exists and you're ready for it, really not a challenge. I finally got it. Took way too many times of me saying it, but I did get it. Did you get that, editor? I really would rather climb up this ladder than do like one loading screen later because it's technically optimal. You might go for you might should. Yeah, that's real English. You might go. God fuck. Yeah, you might should. This whip is so weird. Like, look at it, dude. Oops. Nope. Look at it. It's like a literal tongue. I never really think about it. Like, it's just a tongue. Look at that. You can see it get thinner at the end. It's so weird. Kind of hard to see. Just like when it's stretched out. Worst weapon art in the game, by the way. It is not a whip of the Belmont. I threw that one away long ago. I guess you can see it in the weapon preview down here. It's like look at that end. It's like a forked tongue. It's a very thin fork. You lolled at that clip. Yeah, I just fucked it up so much. I was like, fuck. That's like that and like just like doing the shit people do where they go like, only two ways I can clear my my voice and like mouth to be able to like reset and not stutter the exact same way 15 times. Why do they call it oven when you oven eat the food out hot the food or something like that? Oven the cold food out hot eat the food. Yeah, I love it because it's like a manned hand hook car door hand or something. It's like that one, but it makes more sense. I love both of those. Those are like some of my I love that kind of joke. What is it? Man hand hook car door hand. Yeah, it's man hand hook car door hand. That one's really good. Man door hand hook car door makes more sense, but it's so good. Like it makes too much sense for it to be like real. I think. Does the evil watcher do more damage than I do? Because if so, that's fucked up. Oh, I hit you, but not in the way I wanted to. You know what's really funny that I just got reminded of, Fufu? I just got reminded of my April Fool's thing last year, where I pretended I was turning my Discord server into like a dating website server. And at the end of it, there was a tiny URL link to a Rickroll. But I was really smart, and I looked up one of those re-uploads of the Rickroll with a different like watch URL. So if somebody put it like was suspicious and like that it was a scam and put it into like a tiny URL reverser, it would just come up with a different YouTube watch link. And I remember somebody DMing me and being like, "You motherfucker," because they checked and they just saw it was a YouTube link, and they were like, "I know the Rickroll link. You fucking thought ahead. Join today." That would be a pretty good advertisement for a lot of people. You know what I fucking mean, Pyrus. You know I mean different time, like like a different way. Oh, that's not good damage. That's not great. Oh, hey, he's pulling out his sword again. Why is he doing that? Why has he been doing that recently? What is going on with him? He better not do it next time. Rule of threes, motherfucker. He's pulling his sword out again before he summons a guy? What? He's doing some weird shit recently. Every time I fight him, he gets weirder. Why is it hitting so late? I don't understand. How is it not burst yet? He should be busting by now. There we go. He's learning, dude. He's been like figuring it out. All right, I'm just gonna go straight down to Smoldering. No, I love monsters, but they have so many vitamins. They make me need to pee. I do love those kinds of monsters as well, but I love the drink too. So I love all monsters equally, except for the ones I don't like. You know who you are. Dude, he just that attack is out for so long. It's actually crazy. He killed that guy. He got that guy so hard. Oh my god, this skeleton is actually fucking him up. Why are you still targeting me? You literally got killed by him. That's fucked up. Kill him. Kill him, demon. Yeah, get him. Yeah. You and me together. Well, I knew when I said I love monsters that it was instantly going to be interpreted wrong, so I just went with it. I can't say anything anymore. These damn liberals. He staggered me, which in turn did a animation that staggered him. Love to see it. I missed. I jumping attacked and I missed. No, who's DMing me? 47 embers, that's not enough. Alright, time to fight this guy for 10 more years because I refuse to not kill a boss soul enemy. Me doing Undertale genocide. XCOM 2 Vipers are pretty cool. I'll give you that one. I mean, it's not like I would take it away, but you're right that they're pretty cool. I love how much damage the skeletons do. It's so crazy. I haven't played Heroes of Might and Magic, or is that a game? I'm like vaguely familiar with that as a concept of a thing. This is the guy that gives you the whip if you let him live through this boss fight, by the way. Does this guy have like a programmed weakness to this whip specifically? Why is he taking so much damage? Like you can summon a guy with this whip, it would, like I know he doesn't, but it feels like it. Feels like he shouldn't be taking this much damage. I don't think that exists on the internet. And if it does, I'll be sad, I think. I think I will be kind of like disappointed. Oh god, that's a scary concept. People that aren't me or like my friends that I know is doing it, drawing something like that of that nature, that would be fucked up. Just some random person. That's a fucked up concept, I think. Because like if somebody drew that, I wouldn't know. Like they would have either not told me or just not told anyone. That does mean that is also like a positive. I would have had to be pretty big at that point. Let's go. Pizza in the oven. I had an old friend that we all used to call Za, like me and my old friend group. So I was just like, why are you talking about them? Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm lagging. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I'm alive. Okay, but Dig Dug is probably the one example where that's not for that purpose. Like, is Dig Dug and then like P-Balloon from Mario? It has to be. You're telling me? What reason do you have to draw the P-Balloon like art? Like, you have no reason to draw that, Boo Boo. There's zero reason to do that. I'm sorry. It's just true. Who are we timing out? I don't know why I didn't make that a text reward. Who are you timing out, Danny? Ooh, owned. Damn, my chat preview got a lot shorter. I need to upgrade my weapon. Are you doing it again? Did you set a 2-minute timer? What the fuck? You gotta clarify that you're not timing out Pyrus again. No, it's okay. It's okay if you wanna. You're timing out Vuvu. Vuvu is a mod. Unless you're. They did spend the points. Okay, no. So since you meant Pyrus, I'm doing it. Damn, Pyrus wants to be imprisoned. What the fuck? Why would you like Stockholm Syndrome, Pyrus? Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time. I haven't been getting it recently. I haven't even been getting close, but I want to try it. Oh, that was actually pretty close. Unlike the other tries that sucked. I don't know what you're talking about, Vuvu, but Mark sent me like some like really cool, I think it was called like the like Magic Wizard or something. It was like a productivity pocket tool, and it had like a text doc on it, like thing you could do, and it was like one of those e-ink displays. It was really cool. He was like talking about gizmos and like how he misses little gizmos and whimsy and stuff. It was great. I'll have to find the thing he sent me. Oh my god, he got it for me. He got the lizard for me. What a nice guy. Everyone say thank you to the giant here. Guys, Starly is so cool. Everyone, again, tell Starly how cool she is because she needs to know. Yeah, because isn't that link... I think didn't you take that link out, but wasn't that link to fucking your personal server? Like, oh my god. Yeah, I can't believe people do that. It's crazy. That reminds me of like when I first started streaming. Like, it was like during COVID and I like did not know how to socially interact, and I would just like go into Mark's stream and be like, yeah, so my stream went pretty well. Just like not talking to anyone and just talking, like trying to be like not so subtle about me having a stream. That was so fucked up. 514, not great. And I do edit for him now, which is crazy, Vuvu. Everyone in my high school friend group sucked, so I was the one that like did anything sort of creative at all. And once I did YouTube, I was the cool one. But like my high school friend group sucked. They're pieces of shit, and I'm not afraid to say that. Well, yeah, but like I didn't even raid him because I didn't do that at the time. Because I sucked. Like, and then I remember I DM'd him, and I was like, hey, can you follow me? Which I think is my first DM to him. And he was like, dude, I will, but you gotta stop. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of was like, yeah, why was I doing that? I kind of had like a moment where I was like, man, I suck. Isn't that so crazy? Dude, I used to be the most fucking horrible person in the world, and I'm very comfortable laughing about that. I'm not sure if he still follows me, which, you know, I would understand if he didn't. Although he did raid me last time I streamed, so I think he would probably have to be at least following me to know that I was streaming. That was just so crazy to me. Like, looking back on it, like when I got back into streaming recently, I was like, man, what is wrong with me? I don't mean that in a self-deprecating way at all. I think it's really funny. Yeah, I think that's a fair way to do it, Starly. I can get like one off there, yeah, especially with how my game flow has gone with hitting him twice when he does his vulnerable attack. I definitely only really get to hit him once, but the damage I get from that, I think, is like, and the quicker stagger helps. I think it's overall worth it than getting the like less often, more powerful staggers. An ad, dude, that is a bad ad. Yeah, but Danny, I was saying just now, that is a bad makeup ad if it makes you think it's for a necklace. Yeah, keep doing grabs, actually. That's really nice. I'm gonna whip you in the ass, you motherfucker. That's way too exposed, by the way. Ow. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm fine. Ow! Fuck! I'm saying ow like I really got hurt. Like, that's the kind of ow I give when I stub my toe. Not the ow I give in Dark Souls. I'm stressed, man. This is scary. I usually say ow when I get hit in a game, Starly. I don't say it like that. I don't say it as, like... I don't know. I said it pretty forcefully, I think, when I'm just like, ow. I just went, ow! Like that. Yeah, like, I thought, like, there. Why is this a trap remix of the DS Shop theme, by the way? That's a new Game Plus item, I think. That is... Okay, it's the Sage Ring plus 2. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I want to do? I want to make a challenge run where the Sage Ring is, like, incredibly useful. And then I want to do a bit where, like... I'm like... We get the Sage Ring in the Crucifixion Woods, because that's what the +0 variant is. But you know what? There's a better version. So I created a new character, did this challenge run on that character, got the Sage Ring +2, and then dropped it to my original character. And then I just keep going like nothing happened. I want to do something like that. We do got a tail swipe coming up, though. Watch, it's going to be right after this attack. He's going to do it right now. I know his AI that well. Yeah, he totally did the no startup charge. What do you mean ASMR? That wasn't ASMR, that was just me talking close to the mic. For free? You think I could charge for that? I wouldn't be opposed to charging for it, honestly. I could just do some like nice wholesome things, you know? Roll an ad and do it again. I mean, ads are going. I guess that is technically charging for it. Imagine you see my channel and I'm like, yeah, you should subscribe to my Patreon. We have ASMR videos over there. That would be some crazy shit. That would be really funny though. That might be really good to do. Like both for the bit and for the real. Thank you for the 500 bits, Danny. Wait, I got you. Give me 1 second. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to. I like the concept of making money from it, but it's so hard to do it when you know you're being incentivized by money too. Is that what sex workers go through? That means Champion Gundyr is also immune to poison. Sorry, I almost continued a thought in my head when I said that means. Yeah, gambling's legal here, which means Gundyr is immune to poison. I was thinking because Eudex Gundyr way back was immune to poison, which means Champion Gundyr is definitely immune to poison. How's this not phase 2 yet? I mean, I'm thankful, but like how? There we go. You can't just keep doing the one hit because I can punish that, and you're gonna condition me into wanting to punish that, and then you're gonna do the 2 and 3 on me. I know how you work. You're a fucking melee player, dude. Don't even. You're not conditioning me, dude. Fuck up. I know your fucking combos. I know the block strings, dude. Don't even. Uh-oh. I got owned. Oh my god, I barely got clipped by that. That's the best outcome. I know your block strings. I know where I can punish them. I'm one of those people that, like, used to play your character, and so all the shit that you do that fools people who don't play your character that you do, I'm immune to it. And you're gonna take damage for it. Sorry, I'm like fighting game lingoing again. I love doing it, dude. It's like my favorite joke I ever do all the time. It's just like random fighting game lingo in a context where it doesn't really apply. See, you kind of always get clipped by that if you're not already in the position for it when it starts, which if you do, that means you're never going to get a hit off. Because, like, you have to be far, or at least already be running, which just means I would never be able to punish anything. I'm going to stay away from the edge of the arena so I don't get knocked off, because you're really good at ring outs. Yeah, I know I can fucking hit that, you idiot. Oh my god, I forgot you could do that. Overconfident Andy, dude. No! I'm way too overconfident. I'm just gonna waste all my heals trying to heal because I'm in one-shot range right now. I just talk to the bosses like that are like they're real people. I don't know. I have personalities ascribed to them based on how they act. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I don't know if you saw the stamina pop up there, but I instantly used it. It was gone. Oh my god, that does so much damage in New Game Plus 2. I'm used to just climbing up this ladder and just like tanking it, but oh my god, that almost killed me. 2 more and I would have been dead. Nameless is a very bait and punish boss. He does something and you do something to punish his attack. Like, you can't just be throwing out attacks willy-nilly because he will punish you for that. He does not stagger easily. Like, see, I attacked there and I shouldn't have done that. There are certain things that you can punish and you just have to know what those are. You have to just be ready to dodge in the direction of his weapon, obviously. Rolling attacks are usually pretty good. Stay close to him. The farther away from him, usually the worst. Weapons that attack fast or just do lots of poise damage are good. His riposte is pretty good. Like, it's just a basic NPC riposte because, you know, he's kind of humanoid. That's pretty good. When he starts doing his, like, lightning attacks in phase 2, I'll show you what to do. Also that, yeah, Moon's right. Yeah, but when he starts doing this, if you're standing in the right spot, you can just do a shit ton of damage. You get a lot of damage here. You just have to make sure to dodge that. Don't be over greedy with that. If you're good at phase 1, though, the fight shouldn't take too long, because, like, this is a pretty standard fight, all things considered. Just stay to his back when he does lightning stuff, because usually he's doing lightning stuff in front of him. If you stay to his back and roll in just in case, you usually get all that stuff. And then you can strafe a lot of those with an early roll, even. A lot of the grabs and stuff. He's definitely the hardest boss in 3. Like, it's either that or one of the DLC bosses. Like, you can say that or a DLC boss and be right. Like, if you say this or Gale or Midir or Frida, I'd be like, yeah, fair. If you say Gravetender, I'm just like, you don't know how to fight an NPC. And if you say Frida, I'm just like, you don't know how to fight an NPC. No, I'm just kidding. Or if you say Half-Light, I'm like, okay, play offline. Treat it like an Elden Ring boss. Don't treat it like a Souls boss. Yeah, but his, like, big lightning AoE attacks are very punishable. And he sometimes does the big charge-up lightning one after a different lightning one, which is just like a good opportunity to rack up damage. I don't know why I blocked that instead of dodging. Like, that one you usually have to stay pretty far away from. I don't know why he's not doing another lightning one. He always does one. No, I'm gonna die. I better not die to Nameless. These attacks are always a good chance to heal, and they're punishable after the roll. You know, stay to his backside. If you can get under 30% equip load, you might want to. The extra mobility from rolling in this fight is really useful. But yeah, you should be able to get it. Cool, so just don't fight him. Lol, true. Sister Frida is just an endurance test. I don't know. I couldn't pick out a boss. I'm wrong, and I say Dancer. I say Dancer every time. Dancer is just... She will always be unintuitive for me, and that will never change. I like your use of dot, as in, like the word dot. I feel like I used to do that, and then people, like, didn't comment on it, and I was like, damn. I really like humor and jokes and comedy, and, like, I'm not great at it, obviously. Damn. But I like commenting and, like, talking about what I find funny. And when I make a joke and people aren't like, that was good, I liked how you did that, it, like, I don't expect it, but, like, a little part of me is like, damn, I wasn't funny. Because that's how I'm, like, really, I'm like, this is funny. I, like, explain the joke, and that's just how I am. Do you guys remember when I used to proc poison on enemies and bosses? That was fun. It's too bad, like, 98% of bosses are poison immune, because FromSoft doesn't want to let you have fun things. When was the last time I procced poison? I don't think I procced poison on Demon King, did I? God damn it, I need to look at the screen. I'm looking at chat. Hit the classic, I'm looking at chat when you start playing bad. Even though it's true, nobody believes you. 3-3-3? Don't do that attack twice. Or do. I don't care. I'm not gonna look at you. Just fuck off. I'm not looking. I can't see you. That's a cute emote. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. You have so many love emotes, Starly. I'll witness these nuts. Got him. Why would I promise? Never mind. You don't witness anything. That means you have a camera somewhere. What the hell? Don't Marcus smile me. You tell me where that camera is right now. Alright, to the DLC we go. Is the game gonna crash this time like it did last time? Sometimes it just crashes when you load the DLC. Yep, yeah, I called it. This area with the 30% rolls is scary. Starly is the only one that isn't twisted here. And you know what? She's so cool for that, right guys? Isn't she so cool? Danny, I know what you are.
I mean that, I know what you are.
There is one of my coworkers I want to do that to. I really want to pull him aside because I know what kind of person he is and he doesn't show it. I want to pull him aside and be like, I know what you fucking are, and then just walk away. It would be so funny, dude. It would be so funny, and I know he would never look at me the same. Thank you for the 500 bits for the ASMR. I forgot about that, honestly. I'd like to do it for emphasis sometimes. 100 on block? You think it would be? This guy's kind of really annoying, though. If I can poison him, that would be hella cool. No poison proc yet? It's crazy that the strategy for the whip is actually to take out the Great Wolf before you deal with the Grave Tender all the way. It's so weird to me that that's just how the flow goes when it's normally never how this fight goes. It's really interesting. Ooh, scary. There we go. Okay, this should be easy now. Dealing with the two of them is always fucked up. I'm kind of in... This is probably the most boring point of the run for me, is right now. Because I've had the spotted whip for enough time, and I've used the standard whip set enough to where it's just really not anything interesting. I'm excited for the Witch's Locks, and I'm excited for Rose of Ariandel again. I want to do Rose of Ariandel at some point again. Or, well, I am going to do it, but I'm excited to do it again. Because it's been a long time since I used it. She jumped! Oh, I was so ready for her to do her uninterruptible that I stopped attacking. Immediately I stopped attacking, even. Stupid Half-Life reference. Horrible Half-Life reference. I missed. Whoa, I barely didn't get hit, and then I got hit. Punished. Oh my god, what a lucky stagger. Stop moving. Give me a punishable attack, like that one actually, thank you. Oh my god, it's punishable if you don't jump away. Yeah, I knew what you were gonna do. Wow, this weapon sucks. I don't know, winning is pretty fun usually. So like, yeah, having fun is better than winning, but in the cases where winning is more fun than the otherwise fun you could have, I think winning takes the cake there. Ah, you wouldn't move again. Owned. Welcome back, Jin. You're just in time for another boss. Another poison-immune boss, that is. Uh-oh, I'm taking damage. Oh, I'm alive. Yeah, good luck going somewhere, dude. Where do you think you're going? Dude, this guy has so much health in New Game 2. Like, this would normally do so much health. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh my god, he didn't do the second one. I'm so lucky. I do no damage. And I'm on 4 flasks. Good thing this boss is easy. Yeah, I play this game a lot. I played this game too much, I think. And he's done. Only 30 more hours, true. I do have to play through this game 2 more times. It's more like 10 more hours. I could probably crank it out tomorrow if I stream early, but... Alright, we really got the boss rush coming up here. Yeah, gamble all your money to my Venmo right now. I might give it back. You have a 50-50 chance of getting it back. You won't know until you give it to me. God, the actual just uncharged heavy doesn't do any damage. Oh fuck, I wasn't looking. I was reading chat. No, dude. That's the first time I've gotten grabbed by that in like a year, dude. Like actually genuinely a year. Also, I'm almost done. I'm not ending until it's over. Oh, Blob hasn't eaten. I thought Blob was saying I didn't eat. I thought Pyrus was like, you haven't eaten in 12 hours. How would you know? You can eat. Go get some food. What the hell? I'm not starving you. I'm misreading. I'm fighting Dark Eater Madeira, and you expect me to read your chats, right? You expect me to do my job? Pyrus, I'll let you out of the basement when I'm done streaming, okay? You've got to stop complaining. Seriously, just get like, do a crypto rug pull, get rich, and then the law stops applying to you. It's like a pretty easy side quest. It's like a level 5 side quest. I always do. Yeah, I do it hourly. Actually, here I need to take my hourly pick. What are you calling? Who are you calling a 30-year-old man? I think you're probably the only one. Oh my god, damage! This is gonna be fucked up. I'm doing the same. No, I'm not gonna do it again. Actually, we're gonna restart this. All right, guys. What music am I playing for this fight? Because this fight's gonna be long, so I will give a. I need a few songs. What is going on over there, Starlight? That's crazy. Radio headphones. I was just like, I guess I don't know them, and then you said Radiohead. ... I'm playing Gungeon music, but I also have other things. I have a whole queue. It's like 10 minutes. If this boss takes me more than 10 minutes, we're gonna do it silent. This is Fists for Guns from the Enter the Gungeon OST. What is he doing? Why is he crawling, bro? What is that? Alright, finally proc poison on him. He always cries. He's got that hole in his chest. He's just gonna be a little crybaby. He's like, oh, it hurts. You hit my exposed nerve ending. Blah, 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 blah. Honey baked ham. It's crazy that advertising's so bad you can't even tell what you're watching an ad for sometimes. Like, they got a degree for that. They went to college for that, dude. You know what? I would normally be like, don't call me kid, but for you, I think it's fair. I think you've earned the kid with your life, bro. I think you need it. Ooh. What's wrong, buddy? You get stunned out of your big attack? Come on. You're better than that. Don't you pull out that spear. Yeah. I fucking thought, bitch. Hate you. I hate you. You suck. I fucking hate this boss. I actually dislike this boss a lot. Might be the one boss in Dark Souls 3 I explicitly dislike, honestly. Even Osiris is pretty fine with it. Like, he's still fun. Charge is still pretty okay. This boss, though, nuh-uh. Not it. Why am I getting hit by those?
I'm dead. I just died. I'm dead. This is my first death in like 3 hours, and it's to the boss I hate fighting.
Alright, we're going backwards in the music. We're going backwards. We did it. I don't know why Cinder's mom does that. We did it, guys. We did it. I'm not gonna watch the cutscene. I've watched this cutscene 400,000 times.
And that's it for the Spotted Whip. This was the run that took the longest by a couple hours, taking 5.5 for what was basically a boss rush, which is concerning when we consider our next whip, the Witch's Locks, has fire damage, a damage type associated with falling off after early game.
Cognizant of it scaling with faith and intelligence, the Witch's Locks, did not realize it needed 12 intelligence. I only have 10. Should be able to fix this, though. Witch's Locks, as you might be able to see, they do fire damage. So, fire clutching might be useful here, just in general. I know where to get it. I need to look up if there's a +2 or +3 version. I really should have leveled 2 intelligence, the like 50 levels where I was like, I really don't know what to level. I don't need to level anything, do I? And I didn't level intelligence. And I don't get my fire damage, because since this is a split damage weapon, The physical damage just kind of sucks. I don't get half the fire damage. Oh, come on. And I don't get any of the scaling I put into it with Faith. Because I just don't have the... I'm not smart enough to use these locks. Yeah, this is definitely the worst it's going to get, though. Like, 5-ish minute Gundyr fight. A little rough. But Gundyr's not hard. We're getting quite a few staggers, though. Although, I just don't think I hit Gundyr enough in past runs to get a stagger. Like, this many times. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was pretty easy. Don't know why I healed. That was just habit. I do think I forgot to put the stuff up. The alerts on my starting soon screen. I did notice that today. Because I noticed Star Savior didn't pop up. Give me a second. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not actually sorry, but I don't care. The fact that she called it X too is really fucked up. I don't know why they would go follow for follow. It's weird. Let's check real quick. Can you infuse this weapon? Also, it is light enough that I can roll with it. No infusion. Okay. We don't have to care about that at all. I do actually want to make sure that this is a Titanite, just regular Titanite weapon. It's Twinkling Titanite. That changes everything, actually. We have to do a little bit different routing now. All right, let's go buy a couple things from Shrine Handmade. Buying a Prism Stone, and it's one of these shields. I'm just gonna buy them all. It's this one then? Yeah. It was one of them. And then leave our Prism Stone. Those both give Twinkling Titanite. Crystal Lizards have so much health. That doesn't really bode amazing. That's a little faster than, you know, the whole thing of running back. And we're already at +2, which is good. That's fucking amazing, right? I love that. Technically, I could keep leveling intelligence. I don't want to, though. I think I might just put more into Faith, because that'll be good for... as well, the, what's it called? Rose of Ariandel. But this is the last time I actually have to use the whip set, which makes me happy. I'm actually like excited to not have to use it again. Did I start my... 'Cause I'm never using the whip again. I'm gonna log all this stuff in Ashen Arsenal Project, probably give all the whips the same score because they're all pretty much the same. True. I think Starly's still asleep. She gets up pretty late. Oh yeah! Fire damage is really good against dogs, because they stop, drop, and roll. Oops, I missed. You know... There we go. Yeah, dogs hate fire. Iconic fact about dog. I also like how most enemies, when they die from fire, they like try to pat themselves down. It's like a unique animation. I love it. It's great. Like, watch. So he's like patting himself down instead of just dying. Yeah, but Plus of Man don't like fire. Hey Danny, how you doing? Nice to see you around. I forgot you were modded. I was like, did I mod you? And I was like, oh yeah, I did. If I recall correctly, mimics are weak to fire because they're wood, which means this guy is taking more damage to this than he should, which is kind of fucked up. You can't see me, haha. Owned. He's like, who did that? Who hit me through the wall? I loved watching. I'm like 80% sure the guy that's made out of, like, has frost is weak to not frost. Like, that fire damage does quite a bit there. 245, that's pretty good. The thing about fire is, like, it's a pretty good damage type early game, because a lot of things you find early game can just be burned down. It sucks later. Demon Prince, if I don't lock in for Demon Prince, that is going to be a fucking hard boss. They are hella resistant to fire. I'm going to watch this cutscene because I keep fucking forgetting to. Just kidding, you got faked out. Got you there. Honestly. How could you fall for something like that? Oh my god, what is with you? That doesn't happen when you post your stream link to Blue Sky. You post it to Twitter though, you get so many people. I have the whole drag to moderate thing. I literally just hit the fucking button. You're pretty slow on the draw compared to me, I guess. That's what you get for self-promoting in my stream. If I look at that person's followers, like on like a socials tracking website, and they have one more follower than when I started stream, everyone in my chat is getting banned. I don't care. No one's allowed to go follow her. I want to see if I can get this this guy, because usually he falls down. There we go. Wait, that's the stone plate ring. Fuck, what am I doing? I thought that was the clutch ring. Oh, I'm an idiot. I know where the clutch ring is. I'm going, I confused them, god damn it. I did all that fancy schmancy shit for a fucking fire stone plate ring, which I might want, actually. Yeah, this is where the fire clutch ring is. Sorry, buddy. Don't care what you're going through. Oh my god, I should start posting stream links on. I should make a Truth Social account. How funny would that be, guys? If I exclusively announced I was streaming on Truth Social. You guys can do green chat for St. Patrick's. Here, wait. I could change my stream to green. I really could. It does? Okay, I'll do it when I get to this bonfire. I would do it for you because you're Irish, but I'll also just do it. Oh my god, it's green. We did it, guys. I love that I can do that. Fuck you. I literally made my stream St. Patrick's Day, and you guys are saying fuck you. Come on. Can you color correct the game too? No, I'm not gonna color correct Dark Souls 3 to be really green. I can't color correct Hodrick. I think that would be like an editing thing, and I'm streaming. Like if it was in post, I could do it. This isn't not green Hodrick isn't not lore accurate. Yeah, I'll just make my screen one big green square. If that's the amount of green you guys want. You guys just want a green square full of nothing else and me just talking. It's a start. I don't have a birthday hat, Danny. I'm sorry. DM me a PNG of a birthday hat and I'll put it over for Pyrus, and I'll change the Starly text to Pyrus because I'll change it to Happy Birthday Pyrus. I wonder how many clips I'll have on this stream and people will just be like, why is this one green? Theoretically, this boss should be pretty easy, you know, because the fire damage, but it's taking longer than I would love for it to destroy these. And I thought you got hit. I don't know how you didn't get hit. Oops. I did one shot that one. That was pretty good. Alright. Why am I not hitting this? Come on. There we go. I have to light attack that? Light attack hits those? That's crazy that hits that. But this doesn't? And jumping attack didn't hit that either. You know, one thing, because people don't like this boss, one thing I will say, I don't think I've ever seen a single person that doesn't understand you can hit that hand, because it's very well communicated. That's a good part. If you can always fall back on that. Even though there are a ton of little ones to hit, you can always hit that hand. You know what's sick? If I ever want to do like a horror stream, I really could just make everything red instead. Because it feels pretty good, and it has fire damage, which is useful. It has C scaling in 2 things, which means that you can really up that fire damage too. And you can use the fire clutch ring to make that better. Oh, better than notched for sure. The regular whip is better than the notched whip. The bleed, with how slow this weapon is, it would need almost double the bleed proc to actually be useful. Oh hey, she did it instantly this time. She finally is listening to me. All those whips did like no damage, so I'm definitely gonna lean into this playstyle even harder. There you go, that's great. I like that you did it this time, that's really nice of you. That's why I like her doing Homing Soul Mass. I just get to do that for 4 years. Aha, that one died too. It's crazy how how much you're encouraged to just not interact with enemies the higher new game you go. Because you interact with them and you're just like, oh, well, these guys suck. Why would I ever fight these guys? And you're more than capable of running past them all. You really think they could have made them teleport like better? Like, you really think it wouldn't be that obvious? But it is. I don't want to fight that guy, although it wouldn't be that bad actually. He is bothering me, so I might as well. How is that guy able to scream, like, in pain? He has a bunch of worms. That guy shouldn't have vocal cords. That guy should not have a voice box. They can't. Dude, imagine being that guy, and you're one of the worms, and you're one of the vocal cords. That would suck. I would not want to vibrate that much. You need 8 Twinkling Titanite for the next upgrade. I'm just gonna wait until I get to fucking Archdragon and buy Dragon Chasers. Honestly, I'll have enough souls easily. And Dragon Chaser's Ashes are right next to a slab, so we'll just have a +3 until Aerithil. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. They made Red Pill a term and not really getting it, and then they didn't think Red Pill was cool enough, so they made a new version. Because I've been hearing Black Pill recently. There's like, this word that we made and sounds cool to us isn't cool enough. Let's make it worse. There's no fucking way. There is a way, unfortunately. Get him. Finish him off. Nice. I'm doing great damage to these guys, honestly. I'm just concerned for the fire-resistant bosses. Ah! Ooh, owned. That in the sweet spot. It's always hard to tell if you're hitting him in the right spot, because it's like his handshakes. Good stream. Fuck you, Danny. That was honestly the easiest Wolner fight I think I've had all day, because I've only had one, but all run in general, I think. Always fucked up. I always forget how to go through this worm the correct way. Boss also pretty easy. I think the music is very good at setting the tone right now for whatever reason. Oh. Wow, I really didn't take damage there. Yeah, that's what I expected when I said uh-oh. This guy is resistant to fire if I IRC. Because, you know, he's a demon and he's made of fire and stuff. Yeah, we'll just go out here. What do you mean that wasn't the explosion stun? Yeah, I just stunned right before the explosion stun. Literally one hit before. Yeah, a really amazing stagger that wasn't at all misleading. Okay, you really didn't even hit me there. No, his little fucking head. What a bitch. Yeah, I'm allowed armor. I'm wearing armor right now. Whips only for damage, basically. Is the easiest way to put it, Cat Kinga. I did the stream title is all whips. And this is whips only right there, but it's a naming convention that Dark Souls fans understand. That is not an average sized head. If your head looks like that, you need to go get diagnosed for being a snake. For literally being a snake, because you are a snake. Because these guys are snake men. You're using the dodge roll that isn't whips only? True. I don't understand how those hit me. It happens all the time. Why did you do the ultra fast one? I'm just sucking at Nameless right now. I'm too fucking focused on looking at green chat. Ooh, stagger. That was the first Nameless stagger since the first run, I think. Since a new game. Oh, that's not good damage. Oh god. This is gonna be the longest Yorm fight yet. And I bet next new game isn't gonna be any better. This is gonna actually probably be close to 30 minutes. Somebody wake up Vuvu. I need someone to talk to while I do this. I'm not leaving. Well, you would be if I could read what you're saying. If you guys wouldn't put G in front of the first letter of every word. Or just replace it sometimes because you randomly decide you should. I think your goal should be much more than 3 in a row. Your goal might want to be all of the ones you've ever typed in a row. See? I can understand Wawa, I can't understand Gawa. I wouldn't have gotten it. I really disagree that I'm hitting his arms or legs sometimes here. Specifically his legs, because that's the least damage. Oh, you gotta chill out with the G's, please. Girl to hoe. You get like 3 a stream, honestly. That's you get 3 G's a stream that are replacing other words. You get 3 messages where you can do that. Otherwise, G's are restricted to only forming words in the dictionary. Or commonly known slang words. But I am just doing it. This is just doing no damage, man. There we go. I was here for the most boring fight of all time. I wouldn't think so. She literally does fire stuff. If she is, I don't know that. She might kill me. Okay. We're living. Well, I'm always living. Oh, bitch. Damn, you don't like him. No spin? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this feels very quick. I think I'm just doing pretty well. It depends on the boss, because sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, sometimes it is. But you also got to factor in the speed of the weapon, because that's just it's like more DPS. And I also have a more upgraded weapon than I should for this point in the game. It's pretty complicated. And that's only because I'm on new game, like plus 1 billion. I was wondering why the witch's locks did fire damage. I guess that makes sense if it's from the Witch of Izalith. Don't do it twice, you motherfucker. I was right there. You had no reason to sprint at me. Easy. Dude, that's good damage. I mean, I know Demon Prince is gonna suck. I might be on that for like an hour. What a fun area. Yeah, you are. It's not often said, but like an area like this, where you just get to run for like 10 years, it's so fun, dude. I have such a good time doing it. But after after running through the whole DLCs, I think I might have to be feeling pretty good if I'm keeping going for the Rose of Ariandel. Because it's gonna be pretty similar to this. But I'm like 98% sure that that's Tight Knight Scales. I can see this actually being a viable weapon. Although I take a lot of fucking damage to make it viable. Like that, look at that. Need to take out. I think I was charging my controller and that's what was delaying my inputs. I just realized I was, because it was almost dead. Uh oh. Okay, that's a crazy hitbox. Yeah, I'm gonna teleport away just to teleport away again. I don't think the Grave Tender is weak to fire, but wouldn't be surprised if it was. Two Shot in the Dogs is really nice, actually. This might be the best whip yet. I love that this is the yeah, Scatman's World. I forgot what it was called. I was thinking so hard, dude. My brain was working. I love that it's just fucking Scatman's World. It's really funny. There we go. Shouldn't have been that hard. You wouldn't stop moving forward specifically so I don't hit you, right? Free full heavy. The Frida's hard. Because, like, I gotta be in the range for her shit to hit her. And she usually always attacks first. Well, I just walked away from her. She didn't hit me. I think Ariandel, for once, is going to take less damage than Frida. I obviously haven't tested it yet, but... No, more damage still. Okay. Fuck off. Stop. Uh-oh. Damn, escaping that damageless actually was crazy. I used the wall, like, little outcropping to avoid the fire, and then I dodged to not build up frost as fast, and then I dodged out of it as soon as I could. That was crazy, actually. Ooh, it knocked you out of it. I was thinking about that last run. I was wondering if I could make it. You can, just barely. I'm not looking at the screen. I think that's probably pretty obvious. I mean, I should have known by hearing the ting that, like, when she was in the air, that it was going to be the horizontal one. But if this second whip, if the R2 like second attack was longer, I think this weapon would be so much better. Because you can't rolling heavy, you can't really combo with the heavy in this fight specifically, or even most fights, just how short it is. I'm gonna die. Nope. I said that and I went for it anyway. I didn't care. and it did win. It's crazy how much of the DLC is basically just running. It's like the encounters they put in these DLCs aren't that like worth like going through and doing that much. Like, yeah, I want to fight those two guys for not really much reward out of anything at all that I've already fought like 15 times in Lothric. And like these guys that just fuck you up and you're just like, okay, there's not really a point to fight them. Yeah, it's Proto-Elden Ring. This is the boss I'm actually scared of. Like, this boss is gonna suck. Because they're really resistant to fire. And there's 2 phases, and they do a lot of damage, and I have the clutch ring, and if I don't have the clutch ring, it's gonna be a lot harder. Okay, not horrible, but this isn't the phase I'm worried about, even. Hey, both of them with that, hell yeah. With under 30% roll is actually so good. And that was a perfect stagger. Oh my god. I feel like the damage is only, like, meaningful and feels okay when I'm heavying. The light just does not do enough for me. Not even yellow damage on the heavy. Ouch. That's Yorm damage. That is genuinely Yorm damage. Not like this runs Yorm, because this runs Yorm took a long time, but that is Yorm damage. Uh-oh. You can't go back very far because the fucking arena. Yeah. He does that against the corner, and that's almost always a hit. These are fully charged heavies, by the way. Like, I'm getting pretty much only fully charged heavies on him. My detriment. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh, I'm good. That's a non-fully charged heavy. And it doesn't even do yellow. You don't have a major skill issue. You made it to Pontiff. You beat Abyss Watchers. Damn, you had to delete to say that you liked green. No. No yellow damage. Okay, yellow damage. Uh-oh. Oh! Okay, I'm fine. Does this also have impact? I wonder. Wait, no, that wasn't impact. Flame Whip. Like, does this also have the worst weapon art known to man? And then the answer was no, and I wasn't ready for it. It's Flame Impact. God damn it. No. I can't believe it's fucking Flame Impact, dude. They changed the weapon art name because it did fire damage. That is so fucked up. Come on. Oh, come on. He's alive. You're telling me this guy's alive and well and able to just attack me? And I ran out of stamina? Fuck you. Haha. Idiot. Damn, this guy gets shredded. Yeah, parry this. What? Did it? It just didn't come out. That's crazy. Oh my god, I'm getting headshot too. Actually kind of evil. Your attack shouldn't do that much poise damage, you motherfucker. He does make me swear a lot, Half-Light, so I think not liking him is fair, and I think being a hater is fair. He makes me just be like, fuck, dude. He's so annoying. He uses every little, tiny little tactic he can to get anything over on you. And he always does that first weapon art first, and then he follows it up with the second one for when you get close, and if you stay far, he does it again. Like, he's annoying. But I don't think he's hard. For style points? He wouldn't hit me while I'm tapping back in. That hit at the last possible second it could have. Oh my god. Ah, get stunned, idiot. You thought you could pull out your repeating crossbow. That's really gimmicky and really annoying, but actually sucks as a real weapon that real people use. Stop. You can't delay your attack until I start attacking. It's evil. Alright, locking in. I was looking at chat. Okay, there's no way I die this time. This attempt has gone a lot better. Alright. I'm gonna get this one over with. This one's gonna suck. Like, oh my god, I'm getting... Thank god he didn't fucking heal. Yeah, let's just sit in the boss and stun me in the fucking area where I get poisoned. I hate this boss, dude. It's just so bad. Oh my god, the fucking early hitbox. That is so fucked up, man. This is really coming down to the wire here. I don't like this. You're not dead? Hello? What is going on with this today? Why are so many bosses 1 HP? No, you're not doing that again, buddy. Yeah, so it starts with B strength, or B faith scaling. So, interestingly, the heavy attack is miracles. I'm not going to be using miracles. Weapon art unique. This is a miracle buff, so I will also not be using it. We do have a club move set, so, and it's a Titanite scale weapon, I believe. I only have 1 attack. I'm not sure there's a backstab. I did just miss my chance to figure out if I did have one, but oh my god, you got owned. I'm not sure about a riposte. We'll figure that out with Gundyr. There we go. He just went off really nicely for me. It was really nice. I'm not sure about a plunging. I'm pretty sure it has one, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, 3 hits doing that much damage, not very inspiring, but no riposte. I'm not sure if I can. You can go check my whips only video from like forever ago. Yeah, the thing has bleed too, which should be nice. And it's all physical, which means no clutching our rings here. Oh my god, I got a counter bleed. Unlike the notched whip, this thing attacks fast enough for bleed to build up pretty well. So on non-bleed immune bosses, pretty good. Well, what I did, I killed Frida hella early on that run, and I did most of it with Rose of Ariandel because I wanted Rose of Ariandel. A lot of bleeding so far, like quite a bit. Yeah, bleed is actually really nice on this thing. It has like slightly less bleed than the notched whip, but it's good. Here, wait, plunging attack. Let's see. No, yes, plunging attack. I'm gonna look up Titanite scales real quick. I know you can get some for trading the Avalon, which is Grand Archives, and I won't need it. Crystal Lizard, Blacksmith Hammer. Do it fair and keep. Yeah, okay. So it's forever for the next one. But I do have enough for a +1 right now. I like how much it moves around when you like use it at all. Like I like doing this. I like watching it spin. All right. It does have jiggle physics for some reason. And I just get to run through the areas, not even worry about regular Titanite. This is the home stretch we're in. The Ravenous Crystal Lizards might suck to kill, though. Easy jump. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead, yeah. I guess I'll free Grey Rat now. There's no reason not to. I was gonna wait until later because it was like more efficient, but then I died, so. Wow, what a wimpy attack. Plunging attack didn't even kill that basic guy. Second time today I'm dealing with him. See how he is this time? Might be harder this time. This might be the hardest he'll ever be. 888, holy shit. I had 888 there for a second. Then I hit him again. And I had 222. That means I had 666. That's fucked up. And I had 444. Mario fan? Yeah, of Mario fan fame. I mean, it's definitely the hardest he's been, but it's not that bad. I don't care about the frostbite. He's still mad. I bet I have 15 fucking Estus, dude. You're not gonna kill me. Oh. I wouldn't die to Wart when he's at 1 HP because he also was at 1 HP for some reason. What is this guy doing? What? What's that? Huh? I don't know what that is. That's just a random red cloak. Like a Lothric night cloak, but they're both here. Alright, I'm gonna watch this cutscene because I keep forgetting to watch it. Fucking got you again. I bet you believed it that time, didn't you? Oh, Rose of Ariandel might suck for this boss. For Curse Rotted, might actually be bad. Oh, there goes Hodrick. He gave up. Oh, that is rough. You could say it's Terraria Corruption, even. Get it? Oh, okay, if you don't get it, it's advanced humor. I wouldn't expect you to get it. You're just not, like, cool or a real Terraria fan if you don't get it. Iris, I don't have to imagine. I mean, what? That's a joke. I'm joking. Alright, that wasn't actually bad. Get this song out of here. Yeah, that's a better one. It goes, wow, wow, wow. You know? That's how the song goes, right? My impression. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die! I'm gonna live! Yeah, you all. I thought you were saying you also needed to sneeze. No, they haven't started paying me royalties. But yeah, that was my second drink I got for the. I'm doing 2 drinks today. I can't fucking talk. I guess I'm doing 0 ability to talk today. That doesn't do enough damage to be worth it. This is gonna be the first hard Deacons fight, though. I might have to optimize before Deacons. Oh yeah, I forgot Bleed. This fight isn't gonna be that bad, just Bleed. That motherfucker was just standing in my way. Yeah, we get Bleed off, which is nice. That means I'll get Bleed off on the high Deacons, and hopefully I'll stop stuttering. Smile. Alright, no more stuttering starting now. That was a good Bleed. I'll take that force because I'm not stuttering, because I can regain my stamina. That was not a stutter. Individual hits aren't actually doing yellow damage, which feels like I'm doing no damage to him. But he is almost dead because of how fast I hit. There we go. That wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was kind of fucked up. Where is my phone? I'm actually killing guys because I need to kill a guy over there. Oh, I know where my phone is. No, I know where it is. It's across the room. No, it's okay. I don't want it to go off on stream. I thought you typed, do you want me to call it anyways again? I looked back and I thought I saw it a third time. Haha. Get stunned, idiot. Get bled, idiot. Oh, I thought that was a bleed hit. Can't stun me, that's not fair. Anything but fair, honestly. I blocked it, idiot. And one of them died out there and gave me an Estus back. Hell yeah. That's actually great. My buddy is destroying right now? Uh oh, now he's destroying me. I didn't mean to make him do that. There we go. Finish him off. Yeah, we comboed him. Fuck yeah. That was sick. That was amazing. That was actually really good combo. This weapon feels really good against this boss in particular. It feels like it works. And it does. And it did. What? Fuck? Huh? Okay. What? What is going on? Okay. Yeah, whatever you say. Okay, those skeletons live and my game crashed. I probably shouldn't have broken the bridge. I mean, it could have not crashed. It's technically not crashed yet. Okay, it crashed. That's crazy that the bridge was fucking invisible. I don't understand that. I guess they wanted to put me back out here. So if you can see it this time. Okay. Somebody else gotta clip that too. I remember when the Xbox One first came out, one of the big things they unveiled was like, hey Cortana, clip that. Or no, at that time it was Xbox. It was Xbox, clip that. I remember my dad used that all the time. I remember hearing him say that all the fucking time. That was really funny. Xbox, turn off. With how fast this one is, I like my ability to get the damage output on. Yeah, casually doing 10,000 damage when I break a bracelet. That's crazy, man. Wolnir's probably the only boss that doesn't change that much from new game to new game. This is definitely the easiest Wolnir's been. Like, he's being less of a very annoying boss today. He's been very annoying this run for some reason. There we go. Yeah. He summons people when he does that, and it's really annoying. He's almost to his big explosion move. Oh my god, did it crash? Okay, it just stuttered really bad. Twice. Get me away from that. Oh, what? My controller froze for a second, too. What is going on? Everything's breaking. It's all coming apart. Right now. You're witnessing it live on twitch.tv/ashrabbit6. How many people do you think have fought this boss and not realized you're supposed to go around and do the plunging attack? Like, it has to be like at least a significant percent, right? I think at least 3 is definitely like guaranteed, but I want to know like the percentage, because it has to be statistically significant, right? Like, there's no way it isn't. It has to be at least like 5%. No way, dude! What? Are you kidding me? I went through him? I don't know if that's a fault of the Ariandel Rose or I've had that happen to me so many times. I don't know if it's a fault of the Ariandel. Because, like, I don't know if it, like, doesn't have an animation. But, like, I haven't had that happen to me in a while. I'm so annoyed. Let's do it this time? Okay, it's definitely just broken. It definitely just doesn't work. There we go. The rose is just the most dumb weapon in existence. Also, I'm not even anywhere close to being on him there. That was so dumb. Why did it not work with that rose? That has to be fucking, like, pure chance or something. That weapon might just not have a fucking animation or something. The one whip with a plunging attack doesn't even do it. That's wild. That guy tried. That guy has a comically big axe, by the way. Every time I see him, I, like, look at it and I'm like, that's a big axe, and then I don't say anything about it. That guy's axe is fucking huge. Like, that axe was bigger than his head, and he's a big guy. That axe is probably bigger than I am, period. Hey, faith scaling. I mean, 144 plus 170, not as good as the other whip was, the Witch's Locks, but still okay. Especially because it's a lot faster, and it does bleed. And quite a few hard bosses are not immune to bleed. AR is only 100 less, and it's like twice, if not 3 times as fast. But I think that's actually positive. I think it's better, overall. Hopefully I can actually hit the dragon. I'm just not sure I will be able to. Yeah, I can see. The camera was so bad it turned off the lock-on. Oh, we got the serious music playing. Like I'm in some kind of Undertale. Alright, actually hard part. I did that hit list, by the way, that was good. I like how fast this weapon is for Nameless, because I should be able to get a lot of punishes in. Only thing that I'll have to worry about is my stamina bar. Oh my god, that's gonna one-shot me, isn't it? No, okay, shoot. I don't think I've gotten grabbed by that all run. All character. You can't just do the same attack over and over, buddy. Stop. You would hate to fight my young Link. You know what's fucked up, Vuvu? I don't have any of my progress on Smash Ultimate anymore. I have to re-unlock every character. And I don't have the DLCs anymore. I don't know what happened. Like, it's the same profile as the one I used to have. It's crazy. Maybe, and like, I don't know, it's so weird. Damn, that was a good Brock, a good bleed proc, a good Brock. Yeah, bleed proc, Brock. Yeah, so whenever I've been playing, I've just been like, unlocking characters. I probably do need to read on the DLC. I mean, it better still be on my account. Because that's fucked up. I will contact Nintendo. Yorm might suck. We'll see how Yorm is. Definitely gonna be different than all the other ones. Ugh, just a lot of running, man. I've done this so many times in like the last couple days. Like normally I'm fine doing this for every run, but like, man, that's just so much. It's just not even worth it to fight anyone. It's like muscle memory at this point. I don't even have to look. I like move my camera so I know where to go. Like with my stick. And for like visual clarity for people that are watching. I could probably beat this game blindfolded. Alright. Let's see what I can get on a Yorm punish. Okay, well I didn't hit the head there. It's just, he has more health every time, like by an insane margin. And it normally doesn't matter, since you have the Storm Ruler. But it's so much worse. 304. I can hit him once. I can hit him in the arm twice if I'm lucky. This is definitely the worst Yorm fight. Oops. The punish will be good though. The stagger punish, that'll be good. I hit him in the nuts. I have to do it at such a weird angle because straight on doesn't hit him. I have to hit him. I have to do like diagonal. I'll try locking onto his head, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't hit him. I have to do it at a weird angle every time. That's really annoying. I got the bad stagger. I really hope that's not the only stagger I can get. There we go, big Yorm. This is without sword ring too. Yeah, this is a great punish. Yeah, that's the traditional. I'm not using Storm Ruler and I'm fighting Yorm punish. That was the worst string of English I've ever executed, honestly. Okay, big Yorm punish. Let's get some stamina. Yeah. 4,000, that's great. That was like 2048, but 2. Not really. That would have been 6,000. That would have been 8,000 something. I can't do math. You like my new bit of me pretending I can't do math? That is so stupid. It really is nearly 8,000. It wasn't a bit, but I like to pretend it's a bit so people don't think I'm stupid. This could be it. Yay, that was actually a pretty okay yarn. That wasn't too long. You can't slap me, motherfucker. Get bled. I'm slapping your ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Not doing it again. Fuck you. Ow, fuck. Don't hit me. Oh, that was bad. Why did I do that? Why am I panic rolling? Just calm down. It's okay. We're fine. Damn, that was a clean fight. It's really funny how they just like made like a shooter game and it just has all new terminology like that. Like that's really cool. I don't know. They just made a whole fucking thing and just because they're Nintendo and they can do that. Where are you? No. That's my impression of Osiris right now. How was it? Rated out of 10. Ooh, good bleed brock. I'm not gonna do that one because I don't want to scream. 8? See, I knew I was pretty good. 6. Aw. I 8, low 9, 8.5. Okay, so 8/9 is like the consensus. I'm happy with that, honestly. I have an 8 out of 10 Osiris, dude. That's crazy. I just pulled out an 8 Osiris, like, out of nowhere, not even trying. Voter fraud. Well, yeah, but you clarified. I guess the average would be closer to a higher 7, like a 7.5, factoring in Danny. But, like, I was doing, like, more like the median kind of thing. But you did say 6 inches. 6 inches out of 10. And I was also kind of doing mode. I was just not doing mean. Oh my god, that bleed frog. That was good. And that was a good Osiris, too. I remember really wanting to get to the max rank in Splatoon 2 and, like, almost getting there. I remember I was, like, 1 or 2 ranks off, I think. And I just remember being so frustrated and I gave up and that's why I stopped playing Splatoon. And then Octo Expansion came out and never played it. Or it might have been, Octo Expansion might have been out and I had just not had it, I think. How are you gonna watch me? I don't have like an Elgato. Alright, Gundyr. Part 2. What do you got? Couldn't have attacked there, that's fair. That's a fair punish. Oops, at least that wasn't a damage hit. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, I'm fine. Thought he was gonna sprint. He fucking spaced me. Dude, he like literally spaced me. Oh my god, that's crazy. He had that on-block spacing. The shield pushback saved him, dude. That shouldn't have hit me. Personal opinion. Uh oh. Not a true combo, idiot. Idiot, idiot, idiot. I was doing like the soundboard. Oh my god, I was really confused of what he did there. I don't know why I couldn't read that. I like the little spins the camera tends to do in this fight when you dodge, like the correct way. Like the little 360s they do. Really, it's fun. Oh yeah, funny story. This guy's immune to bleed because he's not actually a person. The butterflies in the background are what are controlling him. So he just doesn't have any blood. Isn't that fun? Yeah, the thing that's shooting that laser is what's controlling him. He's got like a platypus or something controlling him. A crazy good reference, right? Yes! I'm glad you got it. I mean, it's hard not to, but I'm glad you know it that well to continue the bit. Nothing. No, I was, I gotta go, guys. Okay, well now I can't tell if you're joking or not. Because that's, like, pretty plausible. But that's it. So, like, it's like you would say, well, I'll be honest, like, sometimes, like, there's a good chance that's something you would say, you know? Like, that's the kind of thing you would say. Yeah, you did. I mean, it was plausible you could have, because you didn't, but you definitely could have. Alright. Final boss of the main game? I don't expect it to be that bad, which is why I didn't go grab more Estus. You would not get in my way, okay. It's like, you wouldn't. Damn. Oh, I was like, what a way to end it. I mean, that was a pretty good way to end it. That was a good stagger.
Oh, by the way, I was having some internet trouble during this part of the stream, and my capture messed up here. Hopefully it doesn't bother you too bad. If I can find a way to mitigate it, I will. But it only lasts a little while, so bear with me.
Everyone has not chatted here. Dude, that would be a crazy Twitch name to have. I wish I had that Twitch. I wish my Twitch name was Everyone. That's crazy. You had to be like at the beginning of Twitch to get a name like that. Kind of fucking destroying Brave Tender. Oh my god. No, he blocked it. I can't see. He's just walking through. He thinks he's cool as hell and he's dead. He did get corporatified in Mario Kart World. Oh my god, that's so true. I hate that redesign. It's one of my least favorite Nintendo redesigns ever. I hate how he looks in Bonanza in World. Like, Donkey Kong Bonanza is such a good name for a fucking video game. Like, it's almost banana. Like, that's perfect. But then I hate how he looks in Bonanza Boo. He's so fucked. Yeah, I really like a GameCube Wii era DK. I guess so, but he already had such a big mouth. He was already so expressive. They didn't need to do that. Oh, the good thing about fighting this boss, though, with their boss weapon is that Ariandel is very weak to bleed, so that's phase 2 is going to be not an issue at all. And also, the club set's pretty good at stun locking or otherwise destroying Frida. So this should be a pretty easy fight compared to how it normally is. Although she is moving today. Holy shit. Yeah, I like the retractable teeth. Like, it works. I don't know. It's good. There we go. We got our first lead proc. I guarantee. Yeah, if I played Bonanza, I probably wouldn't care about it that much. But just watching it, like, I watched some of Mark play it. I didn't watch the whole Mark playthrough because those are just some of the streams I missed. The frost trail that appears when she disappears is like, depending on which frost trail appears, you can tell where she went. It's usually the direction the frost trail goes. So if it goes straight up, that means she jumped very high and behind you. And if the frost trail goes mainly left or right, it means she went, left or right. And in phase 3, she jumps around 3 times instead of 1 time. Also, good advice, Fubu, don't get hit. Yeah, that's fair, Starly. I imagine avoiding spoilers for like a 1-year-old, fairly popular game that people assume everyone had played by now is pretty difficult. Yeah, like, see that big puff of smoke? That means she went this way. That was a kind of hard example because she was mainly behind Ariandel, but I kind of want to play RE9, but I really should play the ones that I haven't played first before I play RE9. And I can pirate those ones, and it would be more effort and probably a little bit more risky to pirate RE9. I mean, legally acquire. Yeah, so that up jump, she usually also goes up, like, more often than not. But that, like, up trail is her jumping upwards. And then she jumps around a few times and she swings a few times, so just be ready to dodge those, even if you can't see it. She'll still hit you with it sometimes. And then she charges to do a big one, which is when you can do a big charge attack on her. But this weapon has no way to charge any attacks, so I'm actually just fucked on that, I guess. It is so hot for me, Winter, right now. I wish I could turn the AC on, but it's so loud, and I'm right under it, so it's so fucked. He is in pain. You should get him some aspirin, True. I read I found like a post, like I was just like looking up like why these guys are called what they are. I was like, what? Okay, in pain is like whatever, but what the fuck do you mean in from below? I was like looking up like what the original Japanese meaning was for these guys. I think it was like a Tumblr post that was like all the Dark Souls 3 bosses and like talking about how their names were translated in more detail, and like apparently from below is like the most accurate translation you could probably give for how weird the name is and like how specific it is to like Japanese culture or whatever. And like in pain is like a bad translation, I think was what it was. I don't know, I could probably find it again. It was called like Lost in Translation Dark Souls 3. It was a very interesting just to read about. That's just the kind of nerd shit that I read about. This was like 5 years ago though, so he's actually dead, so I don't think he needs aspirin anymore, actually. I take it back. Don't get him any. Cancel the aspirin. Get that demon a funeral. He does need a Totem of Undying, Starlet. His friend stole it. Unfortunately, this guy is the one with the Totem of Undying. Selfish hoe. Some friend, true. Wouldn't die for your friend that's already in pain? What the fuck? Oh, nice. First bleed proc. Oh, I hate this DLC. I really like the bosses, and I hate running through this DLC. It's just so... It's, like, difficult, but also boring. And I've already talked about it 4 times, so I don't have anything really to say on the 5th time. It's always really nice to have the Flame Stone Plate ring on in the higher New Game Pluses whenever the, like, mandatory roll through fire parts come on. But really, in the home stretch now, it's just a boss fight after boss fight. I think Madeira will be fine with Bleed. This guy, though, this might be the toughest of all. It's either this or Gale, because Gale is going to have a lot of health in New Game 5. Or New Game Plus 4, because those mean the same thing. I really should have dodged that. I should have known better. Uh-oh, I'm going to get actually murdered here. Okay, it's definitely better to go to the right for the Phase 1 version. For the Phase 2 version, going to the right is actually a lot harder. So I'm just used to going to the phase to the right, or to the left, I mean. His right, my left. But going to my right, his left is better. That's not the most confusing way to describe that at all. I describe that in the best way. I think I read somewhere that Madeira has adaptive AI. I don't know how true that is, or like how adaptive it actually is. But it does definitely feel like he does attacks that I'm good at dodging less. And attacks I take damage to a lot more. That was pretty good. That was a first try. Ooh, that could have been a parry. That could have been really bad. Ooh, got him on the roll. Got me on the whiff. It's a little scarier than it has to be. Because he can just two-shot me. At this new game cycle, he will two-shot me. I have to only make one mistake at a time, and I have to hope the mistake isn't I get R1'd with his two-handed katana. Risky gamble, but he went for the attack right when I thought he would. Alright. Two more. Oh, not good. Only positive, again, is the bleed. We can bleed Gale. Not the most clean Phase 1, though. I did hitless Phase 1 last time on the Witch's Locks, so we'll see how the rest of this goes. I did get a bleed proc right at the end there, which is good, because the bleed meter resets in between phases, due to this not actually technically being the same Gale. Pause. Sorry, I didn't mean... Sorry, that was me and Starly. I'm sorry. I would use a Fitness Gram Pacer Test operating system if it wasn't Windows. Like, if it was like usable and it happened to not be Windows, I think I would do it for the joke. And by usable, I mean it does everything I want it to. Yeah, Windows sucks, Lulu. They really need to make a Windows that, like, is for people that don't care about all the stupid shit they do, and just the security updates. I will die on this hill. I've heard Jerma say it a million times, and I agree with him. Oh, he's floating in the air, not in the way that he normally does. That bleed proc does surprisingly little damage. It barely does yellow. I thought bleed was percentage in this game. I guess it might be. It might just be a low percent for Kale. Yeah, but Windows 7 doesn't get any security updates anymore. You can't use Windows 7 anymore. They don't let you. And if you do, you get hacked. It's like, yes, I get needing to have like a new base firmware and like operating system and stuff for like, so you can't just support like Windows XP forever. but like, why don't you just make a version of your current one that is just the shit that everyone likes, for all the people that are tech literate enough to be like, no, I don't want all that stupid shit, but don't want to use Linux, because I don't want to use Linux, because I don't like Linux. And I know there's a lot of people like me too, is the thing. Like, it is a not insignificant market share. I cannot believe I canceled them out of that. I don't like Copilot. I don't want AI in my operating system, and I don't care if that's controversial. I don't. Get out. Microsoft OneDrive is the most annoying fucking piece of shit software ever. Are you sure you have Windows 11? Because I can't get rid of it. Although I don't have a OneDrive. A OneDrive is thankfully something I've been able to avoid. But I've dealt with it before. When I like help people out, sometimes it's like this is just stupid. Why do you do it this way? This is the most fucking stupid thing ever. It's really annoying. All right, the one final boss left that I hate and I think is a bad boss. Sucks. Lead proc? Boss might be bearable. Why are you laughing at me? What'd I do? Ow. You saying all right to me healing or getting hit? Because that'll determine your fate. You gotta be careful. Okay. We should be into phase 2. Yeah, we got the bleed even. That's nice. I have an Hephaestus where I can kind of roll into this and not care about taking damage. Don't get grabbed. Oh my god, that was scary. Ooh, get owned, idiot. My aggression gets rewarded so, like, my over-aggression gets rewarded so frequently with this weapon. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I think this is a great weapon. This might be my first 5 in the AAP, honestly. I just really enjoy the Rose of Ariandel, even with all its flaws. I think it's fun, and I think as a miracle casting weapon, it would be pretty good. It's got a decent spell buff, and it's like an actual weapon. It's pretty unique. I like it. Got it. There we go.
And with the last Soul of Cinder down, we finally give the flame its much-deserved rest. So, how are whips in Dark Souls 3? Disappointing. The moveset is inconsistent at best, with the light attacks not having the range you want them to, the first heavy being too slow, and the second heavy attack having a wildly inconsistent hitbox. It's not a weapon designed for you to use it. It's a lore item. The standard whip's cop-out weapon description communicated to me as much. But this weapon can be really cool when used skillfully. I wish it was given the time of day. Enough about whips though. You've been watching me use them for... wow, how long now?